Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Goal!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Welcome in a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. How we doing out there? Taylor Sharp here with you, filling in for Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn. We got today, we got tomorrow. We are here with you all week long. Jake and Matt will be back on Monday. Alondra Villarreal and Cassie Spazzali this morning. She decided to wake up early for us one day and hang out with us here. Guys, how we doing? How we doing this morning?
Good. Cassie, it always makes me laugh when we're both doing Hunt's show because he's like, that's a lot of vowels back there.
It is.
He says it every time.
That is a lot of vowels.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 5-letter last name, so everything's a lot of vowels for me. But Cassie, how we doing?
I'm all right. I'm struggling with the yawns here. It's a little early.
I know. I saw you walking down the hallway, and I'm like, Cassie, we got to wake this thing up.
I've already yawned at least 5 times before the start of the show. It's rough, but we're hanging in here. I'm good. I'll be fine.
You'll be
Low
good to
energy
go.
back here.
Yeah.
The eyes are feeling real heavy, too.
You were at the box yesterday.
I did go to the box
How'd that
yesterday.
go?
Oh, yeah. How was
It was
that?
good. I mean, it was fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
big crowd. You got Alondra got her run rule
I
that
did!
she asked for.
Oh, my gosh, I did. How about that?
I was watching the game.
I had to be very specific.
I know. And then in the 8th inning, John Pearson hits it, and I'm like, there's the run rule.
Yeah.
2 years in the making. We got the
Well, I got it
LSU,
last season, too, but it was...
We got the LSU run rule
Yeah.
over Nicholls. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'm just going to start speaking things into existence.
And now you know you have to be specific.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be like, oh, I want this. No, I mean, we got to lay
I
it out.
have to
detail by
say,
detail.
I need LSU baseball to run rule Nicholls instead of the other way. Where I said, I think I just said, like, oh,
You know,
I need
you
a
said,
run
I need
rule.
a run rule. Yeah.
So then Nicholls run ruled us last season.
Yeah. Not LSU's finest moment. You know what, though? I think LSU had a pretty decent ending to their season
Yeah.
last year. I don't think they cared too much about that.
LSU baseball will go back to back this season.
Okay.
There, I'm doing
Okay.
it.
I like that.
I'm doing it.
I like that. You specified team. You specified this season.
Yeah. In Omaha.
If anything screws up, it's not on you. So
No, it's not. I was very
Yeah,
specific.
that you're good on that. Guys, I'm a little fired up this morning.
Oh.
Luke Combs is opening a brand new bar. Let's go.
Oh.
In
I didn't know
Nashville?
that.
So that one's already open. We visited that one back in November. This one's coming to Orlando at the City Walk right outside of Universal Studios. And for those who don't know, my family likes to frequent Universal.
Yeah.
Now, that's probably going to change in the near future. We'll probably have to wait a few years before we go back. But yeah, he's
Probably.
opening a
Isn't he also coming out with a new album?
he is.
Or did
It
that already come
No,
out?
so a single came out last Friday.
Yeah.
It's called Be By You. Everybody go listen to it. It's great. God, I should be Luke Combs'
This
PR
guy.
guy. You know, I mean, I really should. I should get some sort of, give me some sort of royalties from this. No, and then the whole album comes out like middle of March. But so he's opening the Category 10. First off, if you're going to Nashville, go to Category 10. It's the best one. Like, I had loved Jason Aldean's bar for a number of years. I thought that was the best one. I visited the new Garth Brooks bar. I visited the new Eric Church bar. I visited Luke Combs' Category 10. It's by far the best one.
God,
I mean,
you're just a barfly.
I know.
I'm excited
Well,
to go. I'm going to Nashville this summer, and I want to go to all the bars.
So it sucked for Victoria
Oh.
because I was like, I love Luke Combs. I love Eric Church. I'm like, oh no, we got to go to the bars. But luckily, like, they serve lunch during the day, so we wound up just eating at one of them.
Yeah.
But I had to go into all of them, and this was 2 weeks after Victoria found out she was pregnant.
Ooh,
So, I
that
mean,
sucks.
it not a whole lot she could do. She kind of just tagged along and cheered
Yeah.
me on. So probably not the best experience for her. But, yeah, so this thing's going to be 33,000 square feet.
Dang.
Not a small boy. It's going to be right there in City Walk. I think the one in Nashville is actually bigger than that. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm excited about that. My sister might even be a bigger Luke Combs fan than me, which is hard to do. We're which like me and my sister don't agree on anything music-wise, except we are both big Luke Combs fans. So maybe I need to reevaluate things. like maybe that's where I'm at. But no, I'm excited about it. He actually has 3 locations. He has one in Vegas too. But you can bet in 2027 when this thing opens up, the Sharp family will be up in that thing. You guys are gonna like this. Victoria has this little app that like tracks how many weeks along she is and everything like
Does it
that.
tell her like what fruit it is?
It's a mango as of yesterday, guys.
Yeah.
A mango. 19. Well, it gives you a bunch of different categories. So like it's got like this one's fruit category. Your baby's as big as a mango.
Yeah.
And then with snack category, your baby is as big as a cheese stick, which seems significantly smaller to a mango to me. And like last week, it was.
I guess like lengthwise.
So it's half a pound,
Yeah.
I believe is the weight.
Yeah.
6 inches long, half a pound. But also, what cheese stick is 6 inches long?
That's a
huge.
long cheese stick.
The ones that they used to have at walk-ons.
Yeah, those
The
things
logs,
were logs.
yeah.
Yes, those are mad. What's the Chili's one they have? They're like the rectangles.
Oh yeah.
Those are big too. It's as big as a cornhole bag.
Okay.
So we love that.
Yeah.
We got the Olympics going on. We got a lot of sports going on. Cornhole bag. How about this one? It's as big as Cher's cell phone used on Clueless. Cassie, Clueless was a movie that came out.
I've seen Clueless.
Okay, so I was picking on you a little bit the other day,
Yeah.
asking Braxton if he had seen Billy Madison because like his last name's in the movie. And I said,
I've seen Billy Madison.
okay, well, I told him, like, thank you for seeing Billy Madison because Cassie has seen no movies.
When did Clueless come out?
Like,
1995.
I was
I
about
wasn't
to
even
say-
born yet.
You were like
Not
7
even a
years?
thought.
I don't think any of us were.
I wasn't. I was a year away. I was born in 96. But, I mean, I've seen a lot of random movies, but the giant cell phone that she used in the 1993 movie Clueless,
Yeah.
it's as big as the cell phone. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Found out Victoria can actually hear or feel when the baby hiccups.
That's cool.
It's cool, but that's also kind of terrifying.
Why?
It's just weird to me. Like something growing inside of you still is just a foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
Victoria's like, yeah, the baby's growing like eyelashes and fingernails. I'm like, that's inside of you.
Yeah.
Like, think about that's just. I don't know. Apparently, they were picking on me on the way back to the Senior Bowl, saying I'm in for a rude awakening. But I mean, yeah, like she gives me updates. So she finds out how far along she is every Wednesday, and this was the latest update. And last week they said the baby was the size of a pickle.
Yeah.
Again, mango doesn't seem bigger than a pickle.
Yeah, I feel like a pickle is bigger than like a cheese stick.
Yeah, I don't. It may have to do with weight. I mean, I guess a pickle doesn't weigh that much. Like a mango's probably bigger.
I feel like a pickle also weighs more than a cheese stick.
That's what I'm saying. And like a cornhole bag. How much
Yeah.
does a cornhole bag weigh?
I don't know.
Like you're telling me a mango and a cornhole bag weigh the same? I don't see it, but yeah, that's where we're at. We're the size of Cher's cell phone. We're the size of a cornhole bag, a cheese stick, not the giant walk-ons cheese sticks, the small cheese sticks, and a mango. So we are rolling right along. 19 weeks as of yesterday. We got a lot to cover here on today's show. I mean, we had a baseball game yesterday. Alondra spoke it into existence. The right team got the run rule. LSU versus Nicholls. It was the 1 o'clock game yesterday in Alec Box. We will break that down. We got Bill Bender of the Sporting News coming on. Bill put out his entire 68-team bracket for March Madness. March Madness is just around the corner. So we'll shake it up a little bit. We'll talk to Bill about that. Spoiler alert, guys. LSU not in that round of 68 number. We just missed it. Just missed it. I mean, one more SEC win. That probably would have done it. But we'll talk to Bill about all of that. We will do our big deal or no big deal at 9 a.m. We'll bring that back for a little bit. Munchies, Chef Michael Johnson, he's coming on. And Matt Flynn will be so proud of me. We might even do a little Olympic update for you guys. Kind of excited about that. And Paul Feinbaum, of all people, giving Lane Kiffin his flowers yesterday, which if Paul Feinbaum's doing that, I assume anything is possible. So we'll discuss that a little bit as well. Again, a ton to get to. Are the Saints in the market for a running back? We're breaking it all down. So we'll cut a little bit early here because we got a lot of baseball to get to. We'll actually break down LSU versus Nicholls next here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to Bally's, Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel, the brand new star of downtown Baton Rouge. It is brand new. And sure, like the outside of the building somewhat might be the same, but that's the only thing that is the same. When you walk in, you'll be blown away. They have got Vegas-style gaming all over the place. Right when you walk in on the casino floor, they've got new slot machines. They have got a brand new DraftKings Sportsbook with an incredible bar that butts up to this biggest TV I think you've ever seen in your life. They've got a brand new hotel. Every room got an upgrade. Everything got an upgrade. Go check it out. Bally's Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel.
That's right. It is Friday. It is the weekend. Friday. If you're looking for something to do, if you're in Baton Rouge, the Baton Rouge area, looking for something to do with your friends, with your spouse, whatever it is, a little date night, go to Bally's of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, you got an upgrade, 25,000 square foot gaming facility, beautiful hotel and restaurants right there. Bally's of Baton Rouge.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Lockmere to Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lockmere to Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we
Shitters in your fever, scream me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop? Do you know where the muffins go? They go along to take your honey. Way down how we build our breakfast down and say my love, love, love.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, we are so fired up to be back with RejuveMe and RejuveMeMedical.com. Several locations across Louisiana.
Are you kidding me?
Baton Rouge, right there in Bluebonnet and Jefferson. You've got also the Bluebonnet in Highland. You've got Prairieville, Metairie, Slidell, Covington, Houma, Shreveport, Monroe, Lake Charles, Lafayette. Also, you got some locations there in Mississippi, and they have been the leader in HRT. right? Hormone replacement therapy, helping you regain that energy, that boost that you once had, getting back to feeling like your normal self. Go see them today at RejuveMeMedical.com.
That's right. Yeah, kind of like Grubik's maybe kind of a little wiry. If you're not feeling fiery anymore as a man, you get a little bit older, you got that hormones, they start getting out of whack a little bit. Well, go there, get a panel, get a blood panel just to see. Go see what's happening if there's something. Maybe it's not, but if there is, they are the leader in Louisiana for over 10 years at hormone replacement therapy. Go check them out. RejuveMeMedical.com.
All right, welcome back in. Thursday edition of OTB. Taylor Sharp here with you. Filling in for Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn here in the Raising Cane's studio. Your LSU Tigers took on the Nicholls State Colonels yesterday in Alex Box Stadium. We're about to break it all down, but before we do that, let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, the Tigers take down the Colonels 12-1 yesterday afternoon in Alex Box Stadium. The scoring went like this. Nicholls actually comes out swinging. They get a solo home run in the first inning, and things looked a little bit dicey for the Tigers. However, LSU was able to get out of it with limited damage. 1-0 deficit going into the bottom of the first inning, and LSU played at a 5 spot in that bottom of the first inning. A home run by Trent Caraway, a grand slam in that first inning to really bust the doors wide open there for the Tigers. And things kind of remain steady at that 6-0 mark. LSU scores 1 in the bottom of the second. Doesn't score again till the 6th inning. They add 2 more, making it 8-1. And then a 1 run in the 7th inning, and then a 3-run spot in the 8th, which ended the game early. It was John Pearson. The game ended in the bottom of the 8th. He unloaded a 3-run home run. It gave the Tigers an 11-run advantage in the 8th inning. And that's all she wrote. The Tigers victorious 12-1 inside Alex Box Stadium. A lot of things to like in this game. Jake Brown, he's now batting .500 on the season. He went 2 for 5 yesterday. He had a double, 2 RBIs, scored a run. I mean, Jake Brown continues to just see the ball so well. He's tearing the cover off of it. Stephen Milam, he bounced back after an up-and-down opening weekend. He was 1 for 3, but he scored 2 runs. Trent Caraway, I mentioned him, a grand slam. He had 4 RBI on that game, 1 for 3. Tanner Reeves hit at the plate. Tanner Reeves is hitting .400 on the season. Honestly, he just doesn't look comfortable out there in left field. I know he's out there due to the injury right now to Chris Stanfield, but Jay clearly wants his bat in the lineup because there's options. We talked about it yesterday. You had a chance to see Daniel Harden coming up from community college. He had a great year last year at the JUCO level. He was coming up. We didn't see a ton of him. We saw him a little bit, but, I mean, Mason Braun's another guy. He DH'd yesterday. We didn't see him in the outfield. We didn't see him in the infield. Clearly, Jay wants Tanner Reeves' bat in the lineup. He put him out there at left field. And, you know, he misplayed a ball in the second inning. No run scored off of it, but he just doesn't look comfortable out there in left field. We'll see if something changes, before Stanfield gets out. Hopefully, Stanfield not out for a tremendous amount of time. But, yeah, Tanner Reeves just doesn't look comfortable out there at left field. I think he's much more of an infielder, but he's seeing the ball well. Again, he's hitting, 400 on the season right now. So I understand wanting that bat in the lineup right now in non-conference play. The bullpen was excellent in this game. Dax Dothy, Zion Theopolis, Santiago Garcia, Reagan Rickett. They combined for most of this game and did not give up a hit. Now, they combined for 5 walks. You got to clean that up a little bit, but it resulted in no runs. And guys, as a whole, this bullpen, 7 Ks, no runs between the 4 relievers. Again, got to clean up the walks a little bit, but you got to be really happy with what you saw from the bullpen. I just laid out what we saw in the batting lineup. I really liked what I saw from Santiago Garcia, I thought that was a good bounce back spot. I mean, Garcia goes in there, he throws an inning. Now, he walks 2 batters, but he gets 2 strikeouts, does not give up a single hit, able to get out of that inning. Reagan Ricken goes the final 3 in this game, and this was his first outing as a Tiger. He's a guy we highlighted yesterday, him and Theopolis, of you'll probably see these guys because you didn't see him in the opening weekend. Reagan Ricken, 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, no walks, and no hits. That's about as good as you're going to get. I mean, I thought he was nails at the back end of that bullpen. That's something you can build off of. Again, I mentioned Santiago Garcia. He had the 2 walks, but he had a big-time bounce-back performance. Dax Dothie, he comes in a spotty situation. He goes an inning and a third, faced 4 batters, struck out 2 of them, did not give up a hit. Zion Theophilus, an inning and a third, faced 4 batters, got a strikeout, did walk 3 guys. He had a little bit of control issues, but again, he was able to get out of it without a hit and without giving up any runs. There was a ton to like in this ball game. The confusing part to me was you didn't see Connor Benj, which you'll see Connor Benj at some point. You saw him last year. I think he had 16 outings a year ago. Jay Johnson kind of knows what he's got in Connor Benj. I still know Danny Lockenmeyer. Did not see Danny Lockenmeyer at all. And I actually thought there was a chance that Cooper Williams could have started this game. He threw 2 innings over the weekend. And, you know, whether it's Kason Evans, whether it's a William Schmidt, you don't know if that weekend rotation is set in stone. And a lot of times Jay does like to put that left-handed arm in that weekend rotation. Cooper Williams, probably the best candidate as far as lefties to become a starter on the weekend. Thought we might see him, you know, maybe 2 innings, kind of the opener, if you will, not even necessarily a starter that's going to go 4 to 5 innings because you'll probably still use him on the weekend, but we did not see Cooper Williams. That tells me, as of right now, they're kind of comfortable with where they are in that weekend rotation, at least for the time being. I would not expect any changes over the weekend, and we're still going to see Cooper Williams probably early this weekend, probably tomorrow, if I had to guess. But really good outing by the bullpen. The not so good, Zach Cowan with another rough outing. An inning and a third, gave up 3 hits, gave up a run, which was just a bomb of a home run early in that first inning. He only walked 1 batter, but again, an inning and a third, 2 strikeouts, faced 9 batters, gave up 3 hits, gave up a run, had 34 pitches in an inning and a third. I don't know what you do with Zach Cowan now, because me and Alondra talked about it a little bit yesterday. We were cool with seeing Cowan for an inning or a Santiago Garcia to kind of get their confidence back. Because really, out of all the relief pitchers you saw over the weekend, it was Cowan and Garcia that did not perform up to their standard. Which Garcia was a big-time transfer from Oregon. We knew what Zach Cowan did a year ago. You weren't super concerned with him, but you would have liked to have seen him get back in the right direction. I thought Santiago Garcia did that. Again, 2 walks in an inning. You got to clean that up a little bit, but struck out 2, didn't give up a hit, no runs across the plate. You're happy with that for the most part. I would call that a bounce-back performance for the most part. Zach Cowan, though, he gets the start in this game, which came as a little bit of a surprise to me, but he goes an inning and a third. And, I mean, yeah, he gave up. You're going to say, okay, he gave up 1 run. I understand that, but he just never looked comfortable out there. And, yes, there was a slight fielding error on Trent Carraway's part to kind of extend that first inning a little bit. However, Carraway would make up for it in the bottom of the first inning with that grand slam shot, but Alondra, I'll throw this one to you. Is it time to be concerned with Zach Cowan?
Yes, only because you kind of saw it toward the end of last season.
Right.
Like, he did really well versus Arkansas, but before that, I think it was like during the SEC championship versus, or maybe even during the Texas A&M series. Like, it just started to kind of like lose a little bit of the control and maybe be a little concerned about it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess just try to get him some reps out there. We know he has it.
Right.
I think maybe am I going to come out the pen? Am I going to start? Am I going to close thing might have been a bit of a mental thing for him, because I know it's different for pitchers. Like, if they know they're going to start, if they know they're going to come out the pen, it's different for them. So maybe it was a little bit of that, and kind of still is that. Like, you still don't really know where he's going to be. but maybe just a little bit of concern for Zach Cowan. But we know he has it.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. It was kind of like, I guess it was like halfway through the SEC season. Was it Oklahoma? Was it A&M? It was one of those.
I think it was A&M.
Where, you know, he kind of got touched up a little bit. He almost wasn't the same after that. Like you mentioned, he was great against Arkansas, which you needed that. But SEC tournament, and even when you got to Omaha, like Casey Evans was the one that emerged. I mean, that was his coming out party. It was Evans, the freshman that you went to over Zach Cowan. And yeah, you could say it's 2 outings, it's non-conference. I get it, but it's everything she just laid out. It's not 2 outings. It's the back half of last season, or the back part of last season, less than half the season, but translating into this season, that's not good. You would have liked a veteran like Zach Cowan to put that behind him. And I think he can. He's a good pitcher. We saw him last year. I mean, he was nails as your closer for the first half of last year. I mean, he was one of the most dominant guys in the SEC. So you know the potential's there. And like she just said, get him out there, continue to get him reps. This is the non-conference. You should have an advantage over everybody you play. And guess what? Your team's going to score a lot of runs if these first 5 games are any indication. So there's a chance to go out there, let him work through things. Hopefully it doesn't hurt you too much, and get him going in the right direction before SEC play starts. I like Zach Cowan. You know it's there. You've seen it. Like, we're not even basing anything off of potential. He's been out there and actually done it. Again, he gets the start yesterday. He doesn't even make it out of the second inning, and it's not what you wanted to see as far as a bounce-back performance. However, the rest of the team really solid. Dathy, Theopolis, Garcia, Ricken, the 4 relief pitchers combined for 7 strikeouts, no hits, obviously no runs given up. So really solid job there from the Tigers bullpen. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we get back, CBS Sports put out teams they believe could have the most explosive offenses next year in college football. LSU obviously makes the list. They're a little bit lower than you might think. However, there's one reason for it, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So we'll break all that down next here on Off the Bench.
All right, so you heard Flynn the other day. I mean, he loves Dos Equis. You know that we here on the OTB team love Dos Equis. It is the perfect beer for any occasion. Lake beer, beach beer, shower beer, bath beer, you name it beer, like ballpark beer. It is the go-to, and we've said it. We're going to continue to say it. Whether you're tailgating outside of Tiger Stadium, watching the Saints on a Sunday, or just kicking back with your crew, Dos Equis brings that bold flavor and smooth finish that turns ordinary into legendary. It's not just beer. It is the beer of champions, or at least the beer of guys who feel like champions, but you will feel like a champion when you enjoy an ice-cold Dos Equis. So you don't have to be a champion, because Dos Equis will make you a champion. So the next time you're watching the game, grab a Dos Equis, and remember, stay thirsty, my friends, responsibly, of course. Dos Equis, official beer of unforgettable sports moments.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better. We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, go to rouses.com, go see our friends, and, which location do you go see them at? Well, you got to find out. You got to go to the website and see which one is nearest you. And then once you find that out, we always talk about it, man. They've got incredible deals going on at your local store, and you're going to be able to see them in that weekly ad right there on the homepage. Now, we always encourage you, go walk in. You'll be blown away right when you walk in. All the things that make Rouses great. You're going to be welcomed by king cakes and all these things that are so Louisiana, right? And they are so local. They're going to have their own stuff there. But when we say Louisiana, they're in more than just Louisiana. Across the Gulf Coast. We just went to one in Mobile, Alabama a couple of weeks ago when we were down there for the Senior Bowl. So, again, find that location nearest you. How do you do that? You go to rouses.com.
Yep, Rouses on it. Get ready for the tailgating weekend, baby. Do it local. A local grocery store. Go check out your nearest local Rouses.
All right, welcome back in. Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Lontra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali as well inside the Raising Cane studio. CBS Sports yesterday put out their prediction of the top 10 offenses going into the 2026 football season. Run down them a little bit. They have the Texas Longhorns at number 1. No surprise there. I mean, you have Arch Manning coming back. I get it. There was a lot of hype around Arch, and I was one of the ones pushing back saying, hey, he's probably going to struggle a little bit in year 1. And he did, but the back half of last year, Arch was really good. People like to pile on him and say, oh, you know, he's overrated because he's a Manning. People are going to have to accept the fact that Arch Manning's actually a pretty good quarterback. Believe it or not, it's hard to play quarterback, and he was a first-year starter in the SEC. Shocker that he struggled through the first half of the year. But he was good down the stretch for the Longhorns. They add Cam Coleman, number 1 wide receiver in the portal. You had Hollywood Smothers and Rayleigh Brown into that backfield, which is good. I mean, you lose Wisner, you lose C.J. Baxter. Like, they were a big part of your running game. You had Smothers and Rayleigh Brown. That's huge. Texas is going to have a good offensive line again. That one makes a lot of sense to me. There's a lot of proven. There's very little unknown on the Texas offense. Now, they rank Miami number 2. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Darian Mensah's coming in. How good is Darian Mensah going to be? I mean, he was good at Duke. Let's not make no mistake about it, but we'll see. Miami, there's a lot to like. Like, Malachi Toney's coming back. You have Shannon Dawson back as the offensive coordinator. I get all that, but they lose a little bit as well. I mean, now Mark Fletcher does come back, which is huge for the Hurricanes. Indiana, number 3, we broke it down a little bit yesterday. Josh Hoover stepping in at the quarterback role for Kurt Cignetti. I think the Hoosiers are going to continue to roll next year. Then your usual suspects, right? Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, which makes no sense to me, but it's Notre Dame. They're going to be overhyped every year. Like, this is a team that's losing Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. However, CJ Carr does come back, 10 consecutive wins to finish out the regular season. So there is a little bit to build off there. Coming in at number 7, it's your LSU Tigers. Little write-up on them. They say when you assemble the nation's top-ranked transfer portal class and commit every available resource to making year one under Lane Kiffin a success, the expectation is immediate production. Obviously, they mentioned Sam Leavitt coming in at quarterback. The quarterback's behind him. They said the unit that we're most concerned about right now is the offensive line. We actually project it as a strength, but there is some unknown. That is totally understandable. Think about how bad this offensive line was a year ago. You couldn't do anything to run the football. Like my argument's always, last year was not the outlier. I don't think you've been able to run the ball since Brian Kelly was the head coach here. Take out Jaden Daniels. I'm not looking for Jaden Daniels to drop back, see nothing, and just be better and more athletic than everybody else and take off running. That is not a traditional running game. That is not a designed run play. Jaden Daniels was just an alien, and he was better than everybody else. You take Jaden Daniels out of there, and you look at the traditional running plays, they really hadn't been able to do that for 4 years. That's a big reason why Brian Kelly's gone. That's why Brad Davis is gone, because these offensive linemen never developed in the running game, never got any better. So sure, it is a huge area of concern coming into the year. But I do like how they said it projects as a position of strength for us, because LSU did a really good job in the transfer portal. Just look at some of the transfers. Jaquan Sprinkle, Jacoby Jones. Those are two of the lesser talked about guys just because Sprinkle comes from NC Central. Jacoby Jones is Capaya Lincoln Junior College, so they step up a level. But you got Darren Stray from Kentucky, William Satterwhite, center from Tennessee. Devin Harper, who a lot of people believe is going to be a starter on this team. I actually have some questions about Harper, only because I think there's going to be a lot of competition for him at guard. Sure, he comes over from Ole Miss. He's played under Lane Kiffin. He's familiar with the Charlie Weiss offense. He does have an advantage as far as the learning curve goes, but there are some guys you've added that have some serious playing time experience, like Sean Tompkins. When you look at what Sean Tompkins has done in college, there's a lot to like from him. Now, he's going to be more of a tackle, but he's 6'5", he's 300 pounds. Played at Baylor for 3 seasons. He was just a 3-star, but when he got there, but in 2025, he appeared in 10 games, started the last 5 of them, and most of them were at left tackle. Now, he did play 14 snaps at right tackle in the year, but Sean Tompkins sitting there, potential left tackle candidate. When you look at the PFF, they graded him 50.1 on offense, 48 in run blocking, not great. That is going to have to get better. 56% in pass protection. However, 6 of his 10 pass protection grades on the year were over 71. So he had a couple pretty poor games, but he flashed a little bit as well. So he's a guy that if you coach him up a little bit, under Coach Eric Wolford, he's a guy that can come in and start for you. I mean, he started double-digit games in the Power 4. He's a guy I like a lot. You add Jamar Jones, you add Aliou Ba, Jordan Seaton, Adrian Lamb. And then you look at your returners. You don't return a ton. Just about all of them outside of Solomon Thomas have some sort of experience, though. Weston Davis and Braylon Moore are back. Braylon Moore, I imagine, is still going to be your starting center. I mean, William Satterwhite does come in. He'll probably try to battle for that job, but although Braylon Moore, when fully healthy, actually did an okay job a year ago. And then Weston Davis, I get it. He was probably the weak link on your O-line a year ago, but he's another year into this program. And I always say, losing a coach like Brad Davis to me is a net positive for this offensive line. There is no way that Weston Davis or any of these other linemen can be as poor under Eric Wolford as they were under Brad Davis, because to me, it's almost impossible to be that way. I thought Brad Davis was in over his head. It never looked like it was working. And again, he was here for 4 years under Brian Kelly. He was here under Orgeron. A lot of people forget he was the interim coach in the Texas Bowl when Jontre Kirkland had to play quarterback against Kansas State. And before Kelly actually got here, it was kind of a carbon copy of what you saw this past Texas Bowl. That was Brad Davis. So he had been here 5 years. Orgeron's last season all the way through Kelly. And I mean, the offensive line never saw really a significant improvement. I think Eric Wolford's going to be an improvement at that spot. You bring back Bo Bordelon. Never been a traditional starter for you, but he's played a lot of football. He's been in there at that tight end spot, the yackle, as Jacob Hester wants to call it. And then you get Solomon Thomas, who a lot of people forget about. It's kind of like what we talked about with Devin Sheeran and Gavin Guidry coming into the baseball season. These are two guys that are as talented as anybody on the roster. They're just kind of out of sight, out of mind right now because they hadn't played in a year. Remember, Solomon Thomas was a big signing day flip for Brian Kelly last year. He was a 5-star. He's committed to Florida State. They flipped him on signing day. And there was a lot of hype around him. He got hurt right before fall camp started. He missed the entire season. But Solomon Thomas is a talented guy. His second year in a college program. He's going to compete for playing time. I like what you did with the freshmen. Bryson Martinez, Ryan Moret, who was committed to Lane under Ole Miss. Lane was able to bring him to Baton Rouge. So he's a guy that's been on Kiffin's radar for quite some time. Possibly Lamar Brown. I know he's on the defensive line. I prefer Lamar Brown on the offensive side of the ball. I'm going to keep banging that drum because I think you need more help there, and I actually think Lamar Brown's probably better on the offensive line. We'll see what they do with him. As far as like immediate impact guys, though, Jordan Seaton's going to start for this team. Is it left tackle? Is it right tackle? It's going to be somewhere. He's too talented of a guy not to. Now, I do think people will push him. I mean, whether it's Weston Davis, whether it's Sean Tompkins. I mean, I think Jaquan Sprinkle could push for that. I mean, there's going to be guys pushing him for that spot. I think Jordan Seaton does win out. I mean, he was an all Big 12 player a year ago. They did everything they could to get him into the purple and gold, and it ultimately worked out for him. Jordan Seaton's going to start on this football team in some capacity, at least to begin the year. I truly believe that. I'd be really surprised if opening game of the year, pull up the little graphic with the starting 5 offensive linemen, you don't see Jordan Seaton's name in one of those spots. I just mentioned Sean Tompkins, kind of an under-the-radar guy, but played a lot of football for Baylor. He had some ups and downs, but he flashed a little bit. He's a guy that'll come in and play tackle for you. Aliu Ba, probably my favorite signing of the entire transfer portal. Because as far as experience, as far as production, Ba's the guy. I mean, he's 6'6", 320 pounds. He could play either guard spot. But over his 2 seasons with Maryland, he started 24 consecutive games at guard for the Terps. He also did not allow a sack the entire 2024 season. Only allowed his quarterback to be hit twice. Over a 72 pass grade. Like, anything you want as far as a plug-and-play offensive lineman, Aliu Ba is that, and I think he's going to win one of those guard spots. So, I mean, I think you'll have Braylon Moore in the middle, Ba at either one of those guard positions, and Seaton. That leaves 2 spots up for grabs. It's that other guard spot on the other side of Ba and the other tackle spot. Weston Davis probably has an inside track, but again, Sean Tompkins could do it. Could one of these younger guys do it? But I think 3 of your 5 spots, you kind of have an idea of who you believe is going to fill those spots. Keep an eye on Bryson Martinez, though. I understand he's a freshman, but he is 6'6", 300 pounds, and he looks ready to play right away. Remember the highlight tape that came out of one of the games at East Ascension? Bryson Martinez, first off, he played tight end for this team most of the year for the Spartans last year. That's how athletic he was, but he can play tackle. He can play tight end. He lined up at wide receiver and was running dig routes. He threw a pass at quarterback, a long pass for a touchdown. He lined up in the Wildcat, took some snaps, and ran the ball. Like, Bryson Martinez is an athletic freak, and he could come in and potentially push for a starting spot. That's kind of your dark horse to watch. I understand everybody wants to look at the transfer portal and say, oh, you brought in all this talent, all this experience. I get all that. But a young guy like Bryson Martinez sliding in there, I wouldn't be totally surprised if that happened. And if this offensive line comes together like we're talking about, LSU is going to be higher on this list of explosive offenses than number 7 because you have everything else. I mean, yesterday we talked about the pass catchers, right? Like Jace Brown, Winston Watkins, Trey Wilson. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, look at all the guys you brought in. I thought you did well in the high school ranks with Jabari Mack, Braden Allen, Corey Barber. Corey Barber, I think, has some serious talent. You have Trey Green back. You have Harlem Berry and Caden Durham, and you have your quarterback figured out. Everything you need to be successful on offense is there. Your only question mark is the offensive line, and that's a big question mark. But I think this coaching staff did about as good a job as anybody could have done as putting this thing together, bringing in a combination of veteran experience, guys that maybe don't have the experience you need but have a lot of upside, like a Devin Harper, familiarity with Lane Kiffin. And then you bring in a big offensive tackle like Bryson Martinez in the high school rank, who I believe the sky's the limit for him. Like, that might be my favorite signing in LSU signing class as far as high school players go. Keep an eye on them. It'll be fun to watch as we go into spring. We'll get more updates as we get closer. But if this offensive line can come together, I think the sky's the limit for this offense under Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. When we get back, closing out hour number 1 next. We got 2 more hours left with you. You're on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Well, speaking of diving in, would you like to dive into a Russell pool? Because when you see what they can do for you, you'll be blown away. I mean, they're going to make the pool of your dreams. In fact, that's their tagline because they know it is factual. Let's build your dream pool. And what better time to get that process started than right now, because you are going to enjoy it year long. This is Louisiana. It is always pool season here in Louisiana, but this is truly a one-stop shop. We're talking about construction, maintenance, retail, all of that you handle with one company. That company is Russell Pool Company, and you can trust them. We trust them. Everybody they build pools for trust them. LSU, the Tigers, trust them as well.
Yeah, let them build your dream pool. They can do everything from design to landscape architect to financing options. They can do it all. When you think of quality pools, you think of Russell Pools. RussellPools.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
It's 2026 and you're thinking about your future. College, workforce, tech school? This could help clear it up for you. According to a 2025 Georgetown University study, ITI Technical College ranked as the #1 college in all of Louisiana for return on investment. So the better return on your dollar for your education begins here. Call us or visit us online to start your new career or to get the life that you've always wanted for your family. ITI Technical College. We're in the better life business.
At Parrish, we take pride in building roofs that last, because championships are built on commitment, not just on the floor or the court, but your home too.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all.
mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time.
So sentimental, not sentimental, no romantic, not disgusting yet. Darling, I'm down and lonely. When will the
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
March Madness is heading to Vegas, and LouisianaSports.net is sending one of you plus a friend with it. We're giving away a 3-night Las Vegas getaway from Wednesday, March 18th through Saturday, March 21st. Just in time to watch all the madness. Hotel stay and flights covered, and all you have to do to enter is head to LouisianaSports.net and click the March Madness getaway link. Sign up now before our March Madness Pick'em launches. Get yourself entered, and you could be watching the tournament from Las Vegas instead of your couch. Winner will be announced Monday, March 2nd.
Welcome back in. Final segment, hour number 1 here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. I got to go back to Las Vegas. The problem is, though, it's going to have to be with something like that. Like, it's going to have to be a March Madness tournament, a sporting event, or a concert. 'Cause, guys, I think I missed my Vegas window. Like, we went to Vegas. I took my senior trip after graduating high school to Vegas. I was 18 years old. You could walk into the casino. You couldn't really do anything while you were in the casino. I mean, a lot of the bars out there, you were 21 and up. And like, I'm not a huge drinker anyways. I mean, I think we've talked about that a few times, but I went, like, my whole family went. First off, guys, we drove to Las Vegas, which I do not recommend. It was a 26-hour drive or something like that, 26, 24. It was, I don't know why we chose to do it. My parents said, we want to see the country as we drive across it. Well, I can tell you from West Texas, pretty much till you get to like Albuquerque, New Mexico, there's nothing. It's like, just skip it. If you could just get like halfway through Texas, jump straight to Las Vegas, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, I mean, we were there. My whole family went, senior trip. Again, I'm not even 21 yet. And then I always told myself, I'm going to go back to Vegas. But, I mean, I'm about to be 30 years old. I have a child on the way. I kind of missed my recreational Las Vegas window. Again, I would go for a sporting event or, a concert or something like. I would love to go to the Sphere. I just don't want to donate a kidney in order to buy concert tickets to go to the Sphere. But, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I think I kind of missed my my Las Vegas window. Now, the thing about Vegas, everyone that has told me there's been multiple times. Like, again, I went once back in, it was like June of 2014. I think we stayed there 3 or 4 days. That's about all you're going to do in Las Vegas. Like, that's not like Alondra said she's going to New York. That's a trip. Like, I think my sister, she goes to New York, kind of like you, Alondra. Like, she goes every year, but like that's a place I could continue to go. Unfortunately, I missed my Las Vegas window. However, that March Madness thing, I'd be all over that. I would love to go see a sporting event there, or the where the Raiders play. I can't even think of the stadium name, but where they play, like where LSU USC. Like, I would have loved to have went to that. Would hated the flight home because the game was absolutely atrocious and LSU choked that one away. But that's beside the point. Upsetting. Kind of missed my Vegas window. All right, guys, we got 2 more hours to go here on Off the Bench. We covered a lot. I mean, we kind of broke down LSU versus Nicholls. Alondra, 2 years in the making, finally got her run rule victory for the correct team. We figured out you just got to be a little bit more specific. LSU does run rule Nicholls 12-1 in 8 innings yesterday at the box. We talked a little LSU football. CBS Sports put out their most explosive offenses coming up in 2026. I think LSU is a little too low on that list. They come in at number 7. However, with all the offensive line concerns, I'm okay with it. I just think LSU is going to exceed expectations in that area, mainly due to the coaching change, but also I think you brought in a lot of talented guys. Coming up in the next hour, there has been so much talk about the Saints going after Jeremiah Love, and I'm kind of warming up to the idea. I think you still have a lot bigger needs, but Jeremiah Love is a really good player. So if you grabbed him at 8 overall, like, I'm not like Matt Flynn. I'd be okay with it. I think it's one of those things where I think the Saints are sitting in a really good spot because they have the 8th overall pick, and it looks like you have your young quarterback of the future. So you're in a pretty good spot. But what if they don't get Jeremiah Love? What are some other options to add to that running game? There's a couple big name free agents. At least for the time being, they have not been franchise tagged. Might happen with one of them, but as of now, that has not happened. We'll look at how each of them fit in the Saints offense. LSU record number of season tickets sold for football. No surprise there. We're talking about that. And then Bill Bender of the Sporting News will jump on with us to discuss March Madness. That Field of 68 coming up here pretty soon. We'll break it all down with Bill Bender. So stay tuned. We got 2 more hours left with you on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home, with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
With Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
Welcome in hour number 2 here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharper with you, Alondra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali. Sorry about that. The reason I was laughing, I just remembered my dad texted me yesterday mid-show. I guess he had tuned in or something, and he was like, what does this mean? Why does everybody in the YouTube chat keep saying River's all wet? What does that even mean? I was like, Dad, if you hear the hour 2 open, it's the song. It made me laugh. Okay, in this hour, we're going to hit a lot of different topics here. Bill Bender coming up at 8:30 with the sporting news. Yesterday, Bill laid out an entire March Madness bracket prediction. LSU not in that number, surprise to no one. But we'll look at it. Maybe some of the teams LSU's about to play coming up here in the SEC schedule. How many teams will the conference get in? What the 1 seeds look like? We'll break it all down a little bit, talk some March Madness with our guy Bill Bender. LSU had a record season ticket sale recently. We'll talk about the Lane Kiffin effect here in Baton Rouge. Right now, though, I want to look at the New Orleans Saints and these free agent possibilities. The name Jeremiah Love is a name that continues to get more and more traction for an option for the Saints to take at 8 overall. I wouldn't hate it, because I think Jeremiah Love is really good. I think he's the best running back in this draft. I don't think if I am the GM of the New Orleans Saints, I'm probably picking a big-time receiver to pair next to Chris Olave, because I want to give my young quarterback as much help as I possibly can. Now, it is a deep receiver class. It's a deep edge rusher class. I mean, those are the 2 other positions everyone is mentioning. That class is pretty deep. While some may say you don't need a running back at 8 overall, the gap between Jeremiah Love and the second guy is probably bigger than the gap between like Desmond Bain, David Bailey, or Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate. They're all kind of right there in that same mold. But let's say they don't take Jeremiah Love. They still do need a little support in the running game. You have an aging Alvin Kamara. What in the world are you going to get from Kendre Miller? I mean, the guy stays hurt. What's going to happen there? Devin Neal showed some flashes as a rookie. I would love for Aldrich Estime to be back, because I think he was really good at the end of the season. But none of those guys are lead backs, at least not at this point in their career. And you don't necessarily need that. I mean, you could do a committee approach with the running backs, but I think you would like, in a perfect world, to have a lead back. Ross Jackson at LouisianaSports.net put out 2 possible big-name free agents that the Saints may go after. We'll get the first one out of the way, because it looks like all the projections are that Breece Hall will be franchise tagged by the New York Jets. It has not happened yet, but that is the prediction. But for the sake of this conversation, let's say it has not happened. Let's say Breece Hall does not get franchise tagged. Is that somebody the Saints could kick the tires on? I think, yeah. I mean, Breece Hall's 24 years old, and he had that knee injury as a rookie. I know that's a concern for some people, but when you go back and look at it, after that knee injury, he's played in at least 16 games for 3 straight seasons now. And he's been really effective in a bad offense for the New York Jets. I mean, I'm talking real bad. He just eclipsed 1,000 yards for the first time in his professional career on the ground. But he's a guy that's been productive for a number of years. I mean, just look at what he's done. Again, rookie year, he played in 4 He played in 7 games. He had the knee injury, but 2023, his second year in the league. 994 yards, 5 touchdowns, but he averaged 4.5 a carry. However, 571 yards receiving. That's over 1,300 all-purpose yards. 2024, 876 on the ground, but another 483 through the air. Again, over 1,300 yards. Last year, he finally eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark on the ground, but then you got to add the 350 receiving. He's a guy that is super versatile, and it's a good check-down option for Tyler Shough. He's a guy that's 24 years old. The injury issue hopefully is behind him. He's been healthy for 3 years in a row now. Again, 16 games played in 3 consecutive seasons. I think Breece Hall makes a lot of sense for this team. He's kind of the size you're looking for. I mean, 5'11", 220 pounds. He ran a 4.39 in the 40. And you could say, okay, well, the touchdown numbers got to come up. I understand that, but look at how much of a difficult time he had in New York. Look at who his quarterbacks were. He had Zach Wilson for 2 years. He had Aaron Rodgers, who had an okay season with the Jets. That entire team was just all messed up with Robert Saleh getting fired midseason. I mean, that whole offense was a mess. And this year, Justin Fields was his quarterback. I mean, think about how much defenses have keyed in on Breece Hall, and he still had success like that. If you put him in a Saints offense with Tyler Shough, who defenses have to respect, I think Breece Hall could have a breakout year for the New Orleans Saints. And a guy at 24 years old, depending on what his contract situation looks like, he's a guy you could give a 2-3 year deal to if you wanted to. He's just now entering his prime. I really like that option. But again, it is worth noting he will likely be franchise tagged by the New York Jets. That is the projection right now. At the moment, he has not been. A guy that looks like he will not be franchise tagged and will test the free agent market is Travis Etienne of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would love this fit in New Orleans. I think he is exactly the type of running back they need. I mean, 5'10", 215 pounds. You look at what Travis Etienne's been in the NFL. He hasn't been a super efficient runner. However, I think that had a lot to do with the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. Look at Liam Cohen coming in this year. Trevor Lawrence had a career year. Travis Etienne had a career year. I mean, that offensive line in front of Etienne the first 2 or 3 years he was in the league was poor. I thought their coaching was really poor as well. Look at what he did a season ago. 260 carries, 1,100 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. But he really flashed through the air. 6 receiving touchdowns on the season. So he had 13 total and another 300. He's a guy who's a lot like Breece Hall. I mean, in 4 years in the NFL, Travis Etienne's approaching 1,400 yards receiving and caught 168 passes. He's another guy, plays very similar to how Alvin Kamara did. And Travis Etienne's 26 years old. A little bit older than Breece Hall, but, I mean, not the injuries. Look at the number of games he has played. 17, 17, 15, 17. Travis Etienne's been about as healthy as you can ask for. And even behind that really poor offensive line for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 out of his 4 years, he's eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing. 1,125 as a rookie, 1,000 in 2023, 1,100 last year. And he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. If the Saints' offensive line can continue to get better, and again, pair him with a Tyler Shough, with a really good play caller like Kellen Moore. You saw what he did in an offense with a good play caller like Liam Cohen. I don't see why he can't have that same success under a guy like Kellen Moore. I'm not saying he's not a good running back. He's one of the best running backs in the league, but look at Saquon Barkley and that entire Philadelphia Eagles offense this year without Kellen Moore. To me, that was the biggest stamp in the Kellen Moore category as far as in favor of him than anything he did with the Saints this year was how bad the offense was in Philadelphia. They fired their offensive coordinator after a year. So they're on their second coordinator since Kellen Moore, and he hasn't even been gone. He's been gone 18 months. And they're on offensive coordinator number 2. Saquon took a step back in efficiency. Jalen Hurts was all over the place. He was erratic at times. All of that without Kellen Moore. With Kellen Moore, they were dominant. Saquon Barkley was the best player in the league, and they won the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Saints are Super Bowl contenders next year, but Kellen Moore is going to get the absolute most out of these playmakers. Travis Etienne's a playmaker. He's a guy that's been so under the radar. I mean, I remember coming into this season, the talk all offseason long, I never figured out why, was Travis Etienne's going to lose his starting job to Tank Bigsby. Like, that's going to happen. And you turn on the first preseason game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Travis Etienne is the starting running back. No, doesn't matter. It's still going to be Tank Bigsby, trust me. That's what everybody said. I never really understood why. Because, again, Etienne did about as good as he could have on a really bad offense in Jacksonville for 3 years. And what happened before the season started, they traded Tank Bigsby out of town, and he was the third-string running back for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. And Travis Etienne had a career year. 260 yards, 1,100 rushing, 7 touchdowns. He's a guy that has been very productive. I mean, 3,800 yards rushing in 3 years in the NFL is really, really good. 25 touchdowns. But for whatever reason, he's just been an under-the-radar guy, probably because he played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and people forget they're an NFL franchise half the time. He's just one of those guys, to me, that makes a lot of sense for New Orleans. I would be happy with a Jeremiah Love. I would be content with it. I would come in here on a Friday on OTB, the morning after round 1 of the NFL draft. I don't think anybody in this room or any of the other shows on this station would say, the Saints absolutely botched it, terrible draft pick, they should have picked Jeremiah Love. I think the response would be, Jeremiah Love's a really good player. I think he's going to make a lot of plays for the Saints. I probably would have went a different direction, but hopefully it works out. That should be your response if the Saints draft Jeremiah Love. But if they don't, and I don't think they should, Travis Etienne is a very good option for him. Again, 26 years old, you could give him a multi-year deal. He would slide in and be your RB1 right away. I like Alvin Kamara. He's done a lot for this franchise, but let's call it like it is. I mean, Alvin Kamara is a declining player. He is in and out of the lineup last year with injuries, and even when he was on the field, again, a lot of it not his fault, but look at what he's done the last 3 years. In 2023, 694 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, 3.9 a carry. In 24, it went up a tick, 4.2 a carry. This year, a career low, 3.6 yards per carry, scored 1 rushing touchdown. Alvin Kamara has done a lot of good for this team for a number of years. But 3 years in a row, I mean, in 2024, he almost had 1,000 yards rushing. It was 950. The efficiency wasn't quite there, and then the worst yards per carry of his career came this past year. I get it. The offensive line was awful. And I just said the same thing about Travis Etienne, about how when he was put in a better position to succeed, he was right there. The problem with Alvin Kamara is he just finished his age 30 season. He's going to be 31 years old at some point next year. Travis Etienne's 26. Breece Hall's 24. Love Kamara. I think he still has a role on this team. But if you want to bring in a productive running back that you know can get the job done, bring in one of these guys. Spend your first-round pick on a Jordan Tyson, a Carnell Tate. Hell, you could even go edge rusher if you fall in love with a guy and he falls to number 8. I would go receiver. I think you need playmakers on the outside. Because, like, let's say you do add Travis Etienne, for argument's sake. You would then have Etienne, Kamara, Kendre Miller, provided he's healthy. We're not sure what his future is going to look like in New Orleans. Devin Neal, who I thought showed flashes at times. And Audric Estime, who had a good end of the year. That's a really good running back room. You would have a lead back, but none of these guys would be required to have 300 carries on the year. Like, you can look at the numbers, raw numbers, and say, oh, well, Breece Hall's only rushed for over 1,000 yards one time. And Travis Etienne, his efficiency's been down at times in Jacksonville. The Saints did not have a 500-yard rusher this year. They need all the help they can get. I think the O-line's going to be better. I think you're finally set at the quarterback position, and you're sitting pretty at number 8 overall because you have your quarterback of the future. You could go a lot of different ways. Jeremiah Love could be one of the options. I would go elsewhere and maybe look in free agency for a running back. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we get back, LSU, a lot of season ticket sales. The raw numbers came out yesterday. We're looking at all next, and how the Lane Kiffin effect is in full swing here in Baton Rouge. That's coming up next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Somebody that will never blow a lead, that is Tommy. Windows, doors, and siding. GoTommys.com. G-E-A-U-X. Tommys with a Y.com is the website. You will clearly see the difference when you work with Tommy and the team. They're not going to blow a lead. They're just going to win awards because that's what they do. They stack banners. They stack
But not
awards
every year, right?
every single year, bud.
They
not
don't
every 4 years.
They don't spread the trophies for every company?
No, they don't.
Trophies for
They would
everybody?
never let Canada make a comeback either. Go to GoTommys.com.
All right, GoTommys.com. They are the best windows, doors, siding. We're talking about Hardy Plank siding. I'm a vinyl windows siding, whatever it is. They're amazing. Just talk to them about your project. If you're building a new house, if you're renovating, maybe you just want to do a little upgrade on your doors or change them. You got some rotted windows, rotted doors, whatever it is. Anything they install, lifetime warranty, the best in the business. That's why they win awards every single year. GoTommys.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Remind you about our friends over at Ochsner Health. When it comes to your health, you want a team that you can trust. That's why so many families across Louisiana choose Ochsner Health. From primary care to advanced specialty care, Ochsner brings together top physicians, innovative technology, and convenient locations all across the state. So whether it's a routine checkup, a sports injury care situation, heart health, or something a little bit more serious, they are with you every step of the way. Healthcare isn't one size fits all. We tell you that all the time. It is personal, and at Ochsner, your care is built around you. So take control of your health today. You can visit ochsner.org to find a provider or schedule an appointment. And I tell you all the time, man, when we were putting together Elite Training Academy, they were certainly the partner that we wanted. It's been a great partnership. You can visit that location of Burbank as well. All right.
Welcome back in. Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Alondra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali along for the ride as well. Thanks for hanging out with us here this morning. Guys, the Lane Kiffin effect is 100% real, whether you want to believe it or not. So, Matt Moscono on After Further Review was joined by Verge Alsbury on Tuesday, and Verge said that LSU had 44,000 people on the football season ticket waiting list. And apparently before that, the most they had ever had was 17,000. Verge said it's Lane Kiffin, it's the team he recruited, the players he brought in, and the great home schedule we have. Obviously, LSU opens up at home against Clemson. They'll host A&M and Alabama. Both of those teams made the college football playoff a year ago. Texas and Arch Manning will make their first visit to Baton Rouge since 1953. For years, everybody's been asking for that return trip from 2019. Well, you got it. But when you look at the total number of season tickets, we have it here. You can read the article on LouisianaSports.net. An LSU spokesperson told LSN that season tickets are sold out with approximately 71,250 sold, and renewals were near 98%. Guys, I appreciate Verge talking about the great home schedule. I'm excited about the home schedule. This is Lane Kiffin. This is what you get when you hire a guy who is a rock star among college football, like this guy right here, Lane Kiffin. You had to expect this. Whether you wanted Lane Kiffin here or not, you had to know that if LSU hired him, the minute he stepped foot on campus, this is what you were going to get. And honestly, it's what LSU needed. Look, I have loved this LSU football program my entire life. I fell in love with LSU football at like 5 years old. I mean, I remember LSU versus North Texas in Tiger Stadium. First game I ever went to. I was hooked. I mean, I went to every home game during the 2007 National Championship season. I watched Jake and Matt play that National Championship in the Superdome and when I was in the 6th grade. Still my favorite sporting event that I've ever been to. And I will admit that the last 3 or 4 years, it's just been kind of stale for me, guys. And I love covering the team, but the past couple years covering the team, it has felt more like a job than actually being a fan of the university. And that's okay because, I mean, it kind of is a job, but I would like it to be both. I have the ability to separate fandom versus, hey, let me break it down for you. Here's how it is. I'm not going to cut any corners just because I'm a fan of this team, but it was a team that was hard to pull for. We talked about it last year a little bit. Even when LSU was winning games late in the season, they weren't fun to watch. Like, yeah, it was great that LSU beat Clemson, and everybody was excited about it because it was your first time winning a season opener since 2019. I was fired up as hell watching it from the house. But you didn't realize that that game wasn't a one-off. It was a sign of things to come. I was in Orlando at Universal Studios for the second game of the year when LSU was playing Louisiana Tech. And my gosh, I was glad I didn't have to watch it and only had to listen to Chris Blair on the broadcast. Because that was abysmal. You beat up on Southeastern, fine. And then you play Ole Miss, and then you knew you had a big problem. Even when LSU was winning games last year, they were not fun to watch. Did anybody enjoy watching LSU versus Arkansas this year? I mean, I enjoyed it because they won in the last minute of the game. But outside of that last drive, it was kind of a snooze fest. I mean, you could count on one hand the number of big moments Brian Kelly had here at LSU. Going for 2 against Alabama, winning that game, great. That was awesome. Winning the West year 1 under Kelly, great. You choked it away at the end of the season when you got rolled over by Texas A&M somehow. The overtime win 2 years ago against Ole Miss right here in Baton Rouge. That's it. I mean, outside of that, can you think of a game, win or loss, that had a bunch of juice under Brian Kelly? I mean, hand up, when LSU moved on from Brian Kelly, and there were so many candidates being talked about, Lane Kiffin was the one name that so many fans latched on to. Me, Alondra, Jake, Matt, everybody kind of said, hey, at least on this show, we'd be happy with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's a good coach, but there's more than just Lane Kiffin out there. I was always a big fan of Kenny Dillingham. I saw him take Arizona State to the college football playoff. Should have beat Texas if not for a missed targeting call. And I saw Sam Levitt in the portal, and I was like, hey, your best option to get Sam Levitt's probably to hire Kenny Dillingham, bring him over. Little did I know what Lane Kiffin was about to do. Lane Kiffin went and got Sam Levitt. He went and got Jordan Seaton, the number 1 left tackle in all of college football, in the transfer portal. He got Prince Will Uman-Mielen. He went and got TJ Daugherty, who was Ole Miss's leading tackler a year ago. This transfer portal class is so stacked, I feel like we don't even talk about TJ Daugherty. Ty Benefield, who was a top 3 safety in the transfer portal from Boise State, played a lot of big-time football, played the college football playoff 2 years ago. Yeah, he's an LSU Tiger. Everything Lane Kiffin has had to do along the way, he's nailed it. Like, I'm not saying Lane Kiffin's going to win a national championship year 1, but there's excitement around this program. There's a buzz that hasn't been here for me since after LSU beat Texas in 2019, and I was like, hang on a second, we got a little something going. This offense is different than what we've seen in the past. I was on cloud 9 after that Texas game because I was like, okay, you beat Georgia Southern, great. What are you going to do against the Longhorns? You go perform like that in DKR against that Texas team? I get it, didn't finish the season like everybody thought they would, but at that point, with them, Sam Ehlinger, those receivers, they had a lot of hype around that team, and you took over that stadium, you could feel there was something different. There's just a different feel in the air right now. I'm not saying Lane Kiffin's going to win the national title year 1, but he has certainly brought a much-needed spark to this program. Everyone seems to gravitate towards Lane Kiffin. The media. Think about how big he was covered when he decided to leave Ole Miss and go to LSU. That was national news for 3 weeks. It was kind of made a lot bigger deal and blown out of proportion than it probably would have if it wasn't Lane Kiffin, if it was another coach. I get they were going to the college football playoff and all that, but a lot of coaches jumped ship and went to other teams. It's the Lane Kiffin effect. We've talked about it here. Look at all the players he retained. Trey'Dez Green, DJ Piggott. You got Barry and Durham back. For the players, it's Lane Kiffin. Blake Baker looked like he was going to get the Tulane job. He decided to stay here in Baton Rouge. Charlie Weiss Jr. had multiple options. He could have stayed at Ole Miss. He could have went to multiple NFL teams. The Pittsburgh Steelers showed a lot of interest in him. He decided to stick with Lane Kiffin. And just earlier this week, it looked like Jake Olson was going to go and coach for Washington in the NFL. He decides to come back and coach under Lane Kiffin. This is exactly what this city and this program needs. And again, you still have to go out there on the field. You still have to do it. You still have to win these games. But this program's trending in the right direction, and there's more juice under us now than I've seen in quite some time. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we get back, we'll shift gears to college basketball. Bill Bender of the Sporting News, he put out his entire field of 68 bracket where teams fall. We're breaking down a little March Madness next. You're on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org, the one-stop shop for all of your plumbing needs, but not only in Central. It is the entire greater Baton Rouge area. We are talking to you. If you have any plumbing issue, they are always going to be there for you 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday game day. Today, first pitch, 2 o'clock. And if you have an issue, trust me when I say they're still going to be there. 225-500-0774. 225-500-0774. That is the number. Call them today, centralplumbing.org.
Right, centralplumbing.org, and like Jake said, that's like a huge resource to have. Just knowing that if anything ever goes wrong at your place of work, at your home, with a plumbing, like they can call, and it doesn't matter what is happening. It doesn't matter if it's the bottom of the ninth. It doesn't matter if there's a huge gold medal race happening in the Olympics. They will come. They will service your every single need right there. Centralplumbing.org.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Championships are won with preparation, and so are great roofs.
Coach is tough on us about preparation, and Paris brings that same championship mindset.
Do business with someone you know. Paris Construction and Roofing.
ParisGroup.com. Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
My father, J.B. Falgout, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgout.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
We all know hard work, not just a slogan, it's a way of life, and that's exactly what you get with Pala. Founded right here in Louisiana, proudly 100% employee-owned, something we always want to remind you about. Pala has been delivering industrial construction, specialty services, and power solutions since 1973. So from heavy industrial projects to safety services and advanced specialty applications, their companies serve critical industries across the Gulf Coast and certainly beyond. So when the job demands precision, safety, and experience, Pala delivers every single time. Employee-owned means every project matters, every detail counts. You can learn more about their full family of companies at palagroup.com. That is P-A-L-A group.com. Pala Group.
Welcome back in. Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp sitting in here with you. Want to go out to the phone lines right now. Welcome in our guy Bill Bender from the Sporting News. Bill, how are you this morning?
Hey, Taylor. Thanks for having me on. How you doing, man?
Absolutely. I am doing well. Bill, I was every time you put something out, I make sure to read it because, I mean, you know, I was talking to Jacob Hester not long ago, and, you know, he's the one that connected you and I a while back. And I'm like, you know, Jake, it doesn't really matter the sport. Bill is the guy to call. Like, you're just a wealth of knowledge. So I wanted to go kind of a little March Madness preview here because a few days back you put out the March Madness bracket prediction 3.0 of Bill Bender. And, you know, I was looking at it a little bit and want to kind of to highlight a few things. Obviously, when you look at the field, you got your one seeds, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, and Houston. Bill, out of that group, I mean, who do you think would be like your number one overall seed? Like a lot of people talk about Arizona. They've dropped a few games here and there. Michigan's been dominant all year. I mean, right now for you, like, who is the best number 1 seed out of that group?
Oh, Michigan's the best team in the country until Saturday. When they play Duke, they have 9 guys that can put the ball in the basket. They have a great quad 1 track record. They're going into Big Ten venues, and they've won at Breslin and beat Michigan State. They went into Purdue and won and commanded that game. It's a really good basketball team, but it doesn't mean they can't lose to Duke on Saturday. And those Big 12 teams are in the mix. And I think Florida out of the SEC has just been as hot as any team in the country. So UConn loses last night. So it's a very fluid number 1 seed line, but I think Michigan has stood out a little bit more than anybody else so far.
Speaking of the Florida Gators, I'm glad you mentioned them. You have them at the 3 seed right now. Like, they're 19-6 overall, but Bill, they're 10-2 in the SEC. I mean, right now they kind of look far and away the best team in that conference. They're on a pretty impressive run right now. What is the highest, like, if Florida continues on this run that they're on right now, what is the highest Florida could be seeded? I mean, right now they're at 3. How much could they improve on that?
I think they could be a number 1, and I'm not just saying that to say it. I mean, the path is not that difficult. I mean, the Big 12 teams will sort themselves out. The Big 10 teams will, sort themselves out. So I think you'll have at least one Big 12 1 seed, one Big 10 1 seed. Duke probably be that team out of the ACC unless they get a couple bruises. And so it comes down to, let's say Florida only lost 1 more game, won the SEC tournament championship. They would have a very compelling case to be a number 1 seed over a UConn who lost to Creighton, but there aren't a lot of tournament teams out of the Big East. I'm going to tell you what, the SEC basketball is solid. It's a lot of fun. I just got, how you get roped into a game?
Right.
I just kept watching Alabama, Arkansas last night.
It was
just
electric.
kept watching it. What a great game that was.
Speaking of the SEC, let's just stick there since we were just talking Florida. I mean, how many teams could we realistically see out of that conference make the big dance?
I mean, all the way down to Missouri, basically. Can Missouri get in the tournament? I think Auburn's going to be on. It really depends on Missouri and Auburn. Where does Auburn go? Their Ken Palm and net rankings are really good, but they've lost a couple games. Texas A&M should get in. I think you could get double-digit teams again. Not out of the question. It's just a matter of which one of those couple teams there at the bottom drift off. Georgia and Texas, it was a little tenuous for them a couple weeks ago, but Texas is probably looking a little bit better now. So, it's super competitive, kind of like the conversations I have with you about football, that I don't know how many national championship contenders are in the conference.
Right.
There are a ton of teams that could make the Final Four.
Bill, transitioning out of the SEC to a team that everybody seems to be talking about right now. You have them as a 10 seed in this bracket prediction. That is, of course, Miami, Ohio, undefeated right now. How good is this team?
Oh, they're really good. And look, I'm going to be a MAC homer here. I went to Ohio.
Right.
That was the rival for Miami. I don't necessarily like Miami because of that, but this team's awesome. They remind me of the Miami team that they had my freshman year of college. That's how long it's been, when they had Wally Zerbiak. And there's a big reason why he's been out there a little bit. This is an excellent Miami team. 4 guys that can shoot three-pointer. I think, and I'm biased, even if they lose a game or 2, they should be in the tournament. And you can do, if they lose in the MAC tournament and you get a second MAC bid, right now they're about a number 10 seed. I think if they keep winning, they should be higher. So they are a fun story. Travis Steele's done a nice job with them. There's only so many nice things I can say about a rival school for my alumni. But, that last one, they do come to the Convo in Ohio University. It'd be interesting if the Bobcats could play spoiler there.
I'm sure you would hate if the Bobcats played spoiler there on Miami, Ohio. Bill, I didn't want to open up old wounds for you and talk about the rival school, but I had to bring up Miami of Ohio. Of course, they have had an excellent season. Let's stick there, kind of the lower seeds in your projected bracket, because look, Miami, Ohio right now you have them as a 10 seed, but every year there's a team. When everyone wants to fill out their brackets, they always try to pick one dark horse, and they're like, hey, this is my Cinderella team to go to the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, whatever it may be. Is there a dark horse team for you right now that you think could maybe make a run in March?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, St. Louis is not really a dark horse either. They're having a fantastic season. The Billikens with Robbie Avila, so we'll get to see him all over again, and they're really good. In that 13 to 16 range, Belmont's always dangerous. They're always a team, but they got to get in the tournament first. Some of these teams that are in that 13 to 16 range, I think we're going to hear a little bit more about them if they get in the tournament in particular. North Dakota State, they're having a big year. They go up to the FBS in football, and they've been really good in their conference in basketball. So the Bison could have one of these landmark years for the program. I did chuckle when I saw Lenardi's bracketology had Michigan playing App State in the first round. That's just paying attention to your history on the football side. There's no question. I think that would get a lot of reaction if that game actually happened.
Bill, Michigan fans would hate that. I mean, that probably still keeps them up at night.
They would be nervous. They would be nervous, no question.
Bill Bender of the Sporting News, our guest right now. Bill, looking at your bracket, the field of 68, you got 4 teams that are on the bubble right now: Missouri, Ohio State, New Mexico, Seton Hall. Right now, if the season were to end today, which of those teams do you think is most likely to make that final field?
I think Missouri, as long as they can win a couple more games and, maintain a decent record in the SEC. Ohio State would be a close second. Ohio State's the team that we're going to debate all the way through Selection Sunday based on those quad 1 components, right? Like that they haven't beat a quad 1 opponent. And they've got an opportunity this weekend against Michigan State to do that. But this Ohio State team, I think sometimes I watch them, I'm like, yeah, it's a tournament team. And other times it's like, no, they're really not. And that's where, when you're in that spot where Missouri and Ohio State are, the thing you got to watch for is that scenario I was just saying. Like, if St. Louis loses, are they still in the tournament? If Miami loses, are they still in the tournament? How many bid thieves will there be in the conference tournament week, which is coming up closer than we think, right? So I think it'll be a lot of fun to figure that out. But the long-winded way of answering your question, I'd give a slight edge to Missouri, but that really is tenuous as well.
Bill, before we get you out of here, do you mentioned Michigan, best team in the country. Is that your favorite right now to win it all in March, or you think? Look, obviously there's craziness in March Madness. That's why we call it that, right? Or is this Michigan's to lose right now?
Well, they've had good teams in the past, and this Big Ten. When we get into March, the Big Ten's national championship drought's going to come into focus again. I'm 46 years old. I was a sophomore in college the last time the Big Ten won a national championship in basketball. It's crazy to me. Michigan State in 2000. So there will be a lot of pressure on Michigan from that standpoint. I do think if I was filling out a bracket today, I would probably put some combination of Michigan, Duke, or Houston in the championship game. I still like Houston a lot because of that defense, and of course they're playing Arizona this weekend. It's like a mini Final Four on Saturday, by the way. So, but yeah, I would pick Michigan with the understanding that I've watched Michigan national championship caliber teams not win the national title with the Fab Five and with Trey Burke and with John Beilein. So there'd be a lot of pressure on those Wolverines, but man, they have an extra gear. They are very, very good under Dusty May.
All right, well, just one more for you here, Bill. You mentioned kind of a mini Final Four here. Obviously, Houston, Arizona matching up, Michigan with the big game as well. Who do you like in those two matchups?
Well, I think, obviously I'm going to take Houston in the first one. And then that second one, it's a tough one to call because it's going to bring up, I growing up in Big Ten country, one of the most memorable regular season games I ever watched was the Fab Five versus Duke in the regular season at Chrysler Arena. It was an unbelievable game. Michigan lost to Christian Laettner in overtime, and I'm wondering if this will be that kind of memorable game. I'm going to pick Michigan to win, but man, Duke is with Boozer and the amount of talent they have, anything goes. I'm wondering, what I'm wondering, Taylor, what the TV ratings on that will be.
I
wonder how many people are tuning into that game. I think they're going to be surprising. Maybe it's just me. I think the ratings for that Duke Michigan game are going to be off the charts.
I'm gonna be tuned in. That's the game that everybody's kind of circled for a few weeks now. Once they realized it was coming up. Bill, you have been a wealth of information as always. Look, guys, if you want to see more of Bill's stuff, go to thesportynews.com. You can see his full breakdown, detailed breakdown, field of 68 projected, and a whole lot more from Bill. Bill, thanks for hopping on with me today.
Hey, anytime. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. That was Bill Bender of the Sporty News. We will take a quick timeout. Coming back, we're closing out hour number 2. You're on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge. They are boots on the ground in both locations, ready to help you. So if you need a roof repair, roof replacement, whatever it might be, they have got you covered, and they've got you covered with the best customer service, with the best work. That's why you go to the website, pelicanroof.com. You see 5-star reviews all over the homepage, and that's actual customers that have worked with Pelican Roofing. So don't delay. If you need anything when it comes to your roof, go to pelicanroof.com.
Sorry, Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com. If you are starting a project, whether it's a new build, whether it's renovation, maybe it's just a roof repair, you got a leak, you got an old roof, whatever it is, it's just that time. Make sure you give them a call. And we know it's a big decision that you're going to have to make for your family and yourself, and financially, it can make a big impact. So go let them help you with the financing. Financing options right there at their homepage. Get the entire process started at pelicanroof.com.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized, it'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the
– 2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Welcome back in. Final segment here in hour 2 of a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Lodge Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali. Cassie, you okay?
I'm struggling.
You'll be fine. Guys, Lent does different things to different people. I explained the other day that it's a good thing I'm not Catholic. I couldn't do Lent. I couldn't do it. Cassie, I'm someone who knows my limitations. Like I explained to Alondra, I was like, I use that as an excuse because like she made the point like, well, even though you're not Catholic, you could still give up for Lent. And I'm like, no. That's my built-in excuse. I don't want a reason to do difficult things. Like that I'm a weak-minded individual and I know my limitations. That's fine. It's no big deal. But look, I wish you luck.
Yeah.
You're one day in.
I did it last year.
I know.
I survived
Which
last year.
I would have chose something else, but
However, last year I did cheat and I got canes instead, which is not very a good
you're
replacement.
Good. No,
so
you're good.
My goal is to like not replace it with something else. Like just
I get you.
I can't cheat and just I'm not gonna get Chick-fil-A, so I'm gonna go get canes.
Oh, how'd the ashes go yesterday? You got yours.
Yeah.
Cassie, did you get your ashes?
I did, but for the first time ever, they didn't draw like a cross on my forehead. They just like sprinkled it on top of my head.
Wait, what?
They sprinkled it on you?
Yes, like I've been Catholic my whole life, and that's never happened.
Ever.
Did you go to a different place, or is this?
I went to the church on LSU's campus, Christ the King, which I usually
Maybe they were
go
just.
there.
Was there a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Maybe they were just like.
Yeah.
You're like, here, go.
Like I went at 8 o'clock at night, so I don't know if they were just like, just get out of here or whatever.
I brought
they
up
were trying to conserve
like,
the
that was
ashes.
Right.
They had.
So weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I've never in my life had ashes sprinkled on me.
Yeah, and like I am very close with my priest, like at the church at home, and so like I texted him. He hasn't responded yet, but I was like, why did they do this? Because I've literally been Catholic my whole life and I've never seen this before.
It was probably one of those things where, like Alondra said, just like grab and go. Like I mentioned, we talked about this the other day. My dad, growing up in Alexandria, he said they had a drive-through funeral home where they would prop up the casket at the window. You could pull up if you couldn't stop in and pay your respects and go. Maybe it's something like that. Alondra, you played softball in high school. What would you consider a lot of runs scored in a softball game?
Well. Are we talking about Oklahoma?
Yeah, you sent this the other day, and it literally did not register.
The El Paso one?
And I went back and looked at it yesterday.
Okay, I'm curious, though. Wait, tell the people the score. It was like 36.
It was 34 to nothing.
34-0.
34 to nothing. They beat the poor U in 5 innings, by the way.
Right. Did you find how long that game lasted? Because that's what I'm curious about. Like, how long was that game?
That's got to be the longest 5-inning game. Like I would imagine.
It doesn't tell you on the box score?
Let's see. I got the box score right here.
Sometimes it might. Or like on the stats.
Yeah, let me get a stat. I can't find it right now. But anyways.
Let me see if I can find it.
Scoring by inning. Oklahoma put up an 8 spot in the first. UTEP was great in the second inning. Oklahoma didn't score any runs in the second inning. No big deal. They followed that up with 12 in the third and none in the fourth. Okay. 14 runs in the 5th inning. 14 runs in the 5th inning to end that thing.
They had like 2 grand slams, I think, or something.
Yeah, they had a lot of hits. My question would
24.
be 24?
I think that's how many hits they had, yeah.
It was a lot. 25 hits and 34 RBI, obviously. They only struck out 1 time. So 25 hits, 34 runs, they struck out once. That's pretty good. And they had 10 walks. So the majority of them were hits. I mean, 25 hits to just 10 walks. My question is Oklahoma's softball program actually underrated?
No.
I mean,
they've been like on the top of the thing the entire, like for years since Patty Gasso's been the coach.
I just feel like nationally we don't like, because UConn women's basketball, when they won the 4 straight under Gino Auriemma, like that was everywhere. Oklahoma won 4 straight national titles, 21 to 24, and I feel like people just kind of forgot about it.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like too in it to like see it from another view, but I don't feel like Oklahoma's underrated. But maybe I'm like, I don't know. I just they're like a historically good program.
They're insane. They have 8 national titles from 2000 to 2024, including 4 straight. And
it was like, and then the in between, it was like every other.
Yeah, so it was 13, 16, 17.
Yeah.
So they went 16 and 17 back to back, skipped 3 years, 4 straight. I mean, that's one of the best modern dynasties we've seen in college across any sport.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the best. Like, yeah, I get it, Junior Oriema and UConn, but Oklahoma obviously
They
still
have a
really good this year.
stranglehold on the softball world. Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's not even close. And like, they're not ranked number 1 right now. Like, they've lost 2 games already this year, but they went that period of time where they had lost like 1 game total in 2 years. Like, I didn't realize just how dominant they were. I mean, I knew they were. And like, to your point, like you're somebody, you played softball, you're locked into softball, but like, I feel like the average sports fan, it's kind of been glossed over. I've kind of glossed over it. Like, I knew they won a few championships here and there. I went back and looked yesterday. I was literally scrolling through our group text, saw the graphic you had sent, and was like, that's incredible. So shout out Oklahoma softball, 34 runs. All right, on the other side, we got hour 3 of OTB. We got big deal or no big deal coming up next.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
My father, J.B. Falgout, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even JB could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of JB Falgout.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google. Based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
Welcome in. Hour number 3 here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp, Alondra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali all hanging out with you here this morning. I don't even want to know what you guys are talking about in the chat. I opened up the chat and saw an Alondra comment, and I'm assuming it was Scott Dice that made the original comment. So we're gonna blow right past it. No need
about touching tips.
No need. Yeah, touching tip. I opened the YouTube chat, trying to be, interactive, and I see touching tips is crazy. Then I scroll back up. Scott Dice, screw that. We'll go touching tips together. I don't want to know. But wild stuff goes on in that YouTube chat. It can be a fun place. It can be a very scary place if the right people are in there. All right, look, we got one more hour left with you here on the show. Next segment, 9:15 every Thursday. Chef Michael Johnson will join us for our Munchies segment. So go ahead and get those questions in the chat right now. We'll kind of get ahead of that. I got a few ready for Chef, but throw out anything you want to ask Chef Johnson. We'll maybe do a little Olympic update at 9:30. Norway dominating this thing right now, unfortunately. U.S. is in third, though, so they're hanging in there for the most part. Right now, though, look, it's 9 a.m., it's Thursday, and Alondra's got one that she said we're going to be surprised by, so she's going to go first on this. It's time for Big Deal or No Big Deal.
Big deal. Ain't no big deal. Big deal. No big deal. Big deal. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
What you got?
Okay, so big deal or no big deal. Selling pizza with iguana meat as a topping.
Huge deal. Who the hell's doing that?
In Florida. Surprise.
Yeah,
Florida. So it's called Buck's Coal Fire Pizza. It's in North Palm Beach, and they went viral recently because they are selling pizza. They're selling iguana pizza. Like, not just, hey, let me get a pepperoni pizza. Can I get an iguana pizza? And it's because of the cold weather. During the cold, there's like a bunch of iguanas that just like fall out of trees and stuff like that because the cold paralyzes them. So they're an invasive species. So they've been like gathering up all the iguanas and using them as pizza toppings.
That's gross.
Even bigger deal or no big deal. They're not the first to do this. Ew. So there's a guy also in Florida due to the
of course.
Due to the falling out of the trees iguanas. There's a guy that made iguana meat tacos, and he went viral for that as well. So,
I mean, I've heard of like duck tacos and all that. So like I get that, but
I mean, that feels pretty normal. Iguana,
yeah.
I don't know if I could get behind that.
This is a huge deal. I'm looking it up right now.
So since they're invasive, they can be captured and killed humanely without a permit in Florida.
Okay.
Because they're invasive and they're just like falling out of trees. But the ones that are falling out of trees aren't dead. They're still alive. They're just paralyzed because they're cold-blooded. And so they're like... So, also, apparently, according to this guy, they do have the nickname Chicken of the Trees because they're delicious.
So
rather than let them go to waste, they're going to make them into tacos.
I'm assuming these have to be big iguanas, right? Like
actual real iguanas.
Right, because like, I mean, you got the little small ones, but it would take like so many to get any meat out of that. I'm assuming these are the big iguanas.
Okay, let me put this in the doc so Cassie can pull it up. There is a picture of the man outside of the pizza shop, and he's holding a bunch of iguanas. So if you look in the article, you'll find it.
So it says here, many who have tried iguana meat say it's a mixture of chicken and fish. That doesn't sound bad flavor-wise. However, think about that texture for a second. Fish is a heck of a lot softer than chicken. This just seems like it would be like pasty chicken. I don't know if I could deal with that texture. I mean, it does say it's a pretty mild flavor.
Look at this picture. Look at this.
That's so
He's literally holding them outside of the pizza shop.
That's a 25-pound iguana. That iguana's 25 pounds.
He's
Also,
literally holding them outside of the pizza shop.
that guy, could you imagine driving down the road and seeing that and be like, damn, they got a fresh batch of iguana. We got to go get... That guy looks like the type that would chop up an iguana and serve them on pizza. I mean, that guy seems like the type to do that. And the fact that they're not the first ones to do it, and it was so popular originally that they followed this trend, that's awful.
So he says, my buddy hit me up and was like, just imagine this guy. My buddy hit me up and was like, how do you feel about me bringing in some iguana meat and making iguana pizza? I said, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, right?
Like,
what a genius
duh.
idea. Okay, does it say, like, how many they have sold? Like, are these popular, or is it just something they're...
So it did say that it's highly sought after, apparently, and that they've gotten many calls about questions about trying to order some iguana pizza. So apparently it is highly sought after. I don't know exactly how many people actually ordered it. It doesn't say in this article. Maybe you can try to find it, but in this one it doesn't say. It's just wild to me that this guy was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's put iguanas on the pizza. I don't think I can, like, iguanas are kind of cute.
I think they're creepy. Lizards are creepy. Like, all those, like, they're basically crawling snakes. Like, that creeps me out a little bit. Okay, well, look, I found a different one.
There's a snake outside my house this morning.
Did you stomp it into the ground?
No, I kind of wanted to pick it up because it was little. And Rob, you know Rob, the one that I'm like obsessed with right now from the Traders?
Oh, yeah,
He's a snake catcher. So
perfect.
if I would have caught it and sent him a picture, he would have been like, oh.
I'm with you. I like that. I was going to have this boring, generic Chiefs cleared up $43 million of cap space. No, screw that. Alondra has inspired me. Hawaii residents have been so sick of early crowing that they could actually be allowed to kill wild chickens in their area. So apparently this has been an issue for years in Hawaii. They spent millions of dollars, like the government has spent millions of dollars capturing wild chickens who have been accused of aggressive pecking. And they crow really loud and apparently as early as 3 a.m. So Hawaii residents may actually be allowed, again, like no permits or whatever, but you could shoot away these wild chickens in the middle of his day and it would not be illegal. So big deal or no big deal, killing chickens because they crow too early.
If you're going to eat them, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And also, if you're going to eat them, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Also, I don't like to be woken up before I'm supposed to wake up.
Yeah.
It's apparently, so they're invasive, a lot like the iguanas. It says it's a big deal. They're multiplying rapidly, and it's killing some like chickens that they're owned because these are feral chickens. So, yeah, not a big deal because I'm good with it, but also like, why do we have so many invasive creatures right now?
Yeah, like nutria, aren't they invasive?
So nutria in New Orleans actually has a big problem. Yeah, I mean, I remember I was watching a cop show in New Orleans. I don't remember which one it was. It was just that particular episode was in New Orleans. And they actually sent like one of the sheriff's departments out there to like shoot some nutria near one of the levees because they're so invasive. And like that's a thing that the police department had to go do at one time. Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I'm sorry. I need to go back to this guy that made the iguana tacos.
Okay.
Because I'm reading a little bit more about it. And I'm watching kind of the video that he made about the iguana tacos. And this guy might be a bigger deal than the pizza thing because I feel like he grabbed this iguana out of the tree.
So this one was not falling out of. He's just capturing live iguanas and killing them.
I feel like he found this iguana and then he put like a bunch of iguana eggs in the meal with the iguana.
That seems like it would be.
That's like unorthodox.
That seems like it'd be questionable.
Or like non-kosher.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't seem like it's as wholesome as.
The comments were like, sorry, you lost me at blending 20 iguana eggs in a blender to dip their mother's body into.
Oh.
And then they said 21 souls in one meal is crazy.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a little bit different than the iguana pizza.
I can't do it.
I have to look up a pic of this iguana pizza. I got to tell you, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of into it.
No.
I mean, I don't want to try it, but I'm also an overly curious person. Is this it? Oh, is this it? Yeah, I'm eating this. I'm eating this.
No.
It looks like a sausage pizza. Like, we're eating this. No question. Like, I'll at least, do you sell it by the slice? I'm getting a slice.
No.
I mean, how much could the iguana pizza be? Now, if they're charging a premium because it's wild game, then I'm out. I'm not paying premium for an iguana pizza, but I mean, like, if it's $3 or $4 a slice, I'll go in there. I'll try a slice. No big deal. We'll try some iguana. Cassie, good luck following those, but
I don't have anything to follow that.
Okay, well,
that's
wow, Cassie.
I'm sorry.
That's very disappointing.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'll throw out one more. A lot tamer than the iguana pizzas and the killing of wild chickens. The Kansas City Chiefs have restructured Patrick Mahomes' deal for the third time. Well, for the third time in 3 seasons, they have cleared up $44 million in cap space. I think this is kind of a big deal because entering the offseason, they were $57 million over the cap and still needed to make some financial moves. But they have reworked his deal. And again, he was initially set to count for $78.2 million against the cap. It's dropped to around 57. So, yeah, they've cleared up $44 million worth of cap space. For a team that's got a lot of aging stars, you need a lot of weapons. I talked about Travis Etienne a little bit earlier. Right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are the favorite to land him. I think this is a big deal because once Patrick Mahomes is back late in the season and he's ready to go, if you can keep your head above water if you're the Chiefs, make some big-time signings due to all this cap space, and Patrick Mahomes is back fully healthy, ready to go, and they're in playoff contention. Now, I don't think they'll be in playoff contention without Patrick Mahomes, but if they are, I mean, look out. There's a chance you could add multiple weapons for the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think that is a pretty big deal. Does anybody have any other off-the-wall, sports adjacent, or any otherwise big deal or no big deals?
Nah.
All right, well, I think that's a good way to end it because you're not going to top iguana pizza and tacos, of course, in the state of Florida. All right, we will take a quick time out. On the other side, we may not be talking iguana pizza, but we do have Munchies coming up with Chef Michael Johnson next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Truly the place to go if you have any question. A live agent's actually going to pull up right there on the homepage of the website. So any question you might need to ask them, it can be answered right there. But also, you can see cases they can handle in the courtroom, past client results. All that information is on getgordon.com. It's always going to be at Get Gordon on all major social media as well. So Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever it might be. And then we always say it every single day, no matter where you're listening to us in Louisiana, put your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. Get Gordon and get it done. GetGordon.com. If you have been injured, whether it's a car accident, whether it's on the job site, whether walking down the street, it doesn't matter. Give them a call and just start the conversation. Tell them about your case. Tell them about exactly what has happened. And then they go out and they fight for you. They've been doing it a long time because that is what they do. They get people in Louisiana exactly what they deserve. GetGordon.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today? I'm feeling better. We heal. You look better. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things. I got you. No way. With great love. FMOL Health. This is how we help care.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at lockmeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, go to KTOZBlinds.com. KTOZBlinds.com is the website, and that is a website for K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living since 2004. Blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, screens, exterior motorized screens, pergolas, aluminum shutters. What am I forgetting? Awnings, patio covers.
Yeah.
They've
Keep
got
going.
it all
Blinds?
over at K2Z. You don't listen to me. It's the first one I said.
Draperies?
Said that as well. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, on the North Shore. They have got you covered. Check out their service area on their website. If you're listening to us in Alexandria, chances are they're going to be able to help you out up there as well. Go to the website, KTOZBlinds.com.
K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. If you're looking for, some tailored window treatment, they got a solution for every single room, every single style you can imagine. They got a trusted local team with 25 plus years of experience. They got complimentary installation and award-winning craftsmanship. Go check them out, KTOZBlinds.com.
All right, welcome back in. Thursday edition of OTB. We got a few segments left. We do it every Thursday around this time. It's time for our Munchies segment with LSU Executive Chef Michael Johnson.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
Chef Johnson, how you doing this morning?
I'm really well. How are you?
Doing well. Okay. Look, Mardi Gras just happened. You a big king cake guy? I mean, what's the go-to king cake order?
So because for dietary purposes, we buy a lot of sourdough bread, and so this past year we actually bought some sourdough king cake from a place here in Baton Rouge, St. Bruno Breads, and I'm a big fan of it. It's something new and interesting, and I have developed a love and a passion for sourdough bread. It's easier digestible, and like people who, even some celiac people who have minor celiacs, are able to eat sourdough because the way the bread is fermented, or the way that it's risen, because it's not done in the same practices as quick rising yeast. I don't know. I love sourdough bread, and sourdough king cake is not going to be the exception to that rule.
So, Chef, last segment we were talking about a pizza place in Florida that, due to iguanas being like super invasive in the state of Florida, they were actually capturing them and using iguana pizza. Have you ever eaten iguana?
I've not. I know a couple of people that hunt iguanas there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like you put me in front of an iguana, like I'm down to go and I'm down to eat. Like I'll put it on a pizza, I'll put it on. I think deep fried iguana po' boy sounds good. To me, it kind of in my mind, it's like alligator or chicken. Something somewhere in between there, and I would be deeply surprised if it was different than that. But I'm down to try it.
So you're right on. I googled like what is the consistency, like what does it taste like, and most people say a mixture of chicken and fish. I mean, gator.
Yeah.
You're right there with it. Okay, that kind of leads to the next one. What is the most exotic animal you've ever eaten?
Gosh, that's weird. I don't know, man. I've eaten some weird stuff, man. Like I've eaten balut eggs before, which are underdeveloped duck embryos. I've eaten, like some weird snails. I've eaten python before. It was baked python and rattlesnake. I've eaten before. I mean, I to be honest with you, I had a neighbor that killed a snake in his garden, and he cooked it up, and we tried eating it together. And I don't know what that was, to be honest. So I don't know if that's exotic or just weird, but yeah, I'm a pretty open-minded person when it comes to trying food, and it'd be hard pressed for me not to try. Like I love ethnic foods and going into street market stuff and trying new things. So
we I live out in Walker, Chef, and out in Denham a few years back, they had a exotic game cook-off, and you can get tickets for it. And I don't remember how, one way or the other, I got a ticket to it. Me and my dad went, and I had a black bear chili. That stood out to me because it was phenomenal. It was one of the best things I had actually ever had. That was probably the most exotic I had. I mean, everything else was, elk, all that. I mean, it wasn't super exotic, but the black bear chili was actually really, really good. Chef, this one right here, hashtag Munchies. Best bread to use when making a French toast?
I like something nice and firm, man. And if you're just using like normal bread loaf, I'm going to go with the brioche. It has the egg in it. It has, it's eggy and it's firm, and it tolerates the stress of getting wet and then, moved around and flopped around. And I think, even steak, people think this is crazy, but stale bread actually works quite well because once you soak it, it kind of softens it up a bit. I've made French toast with French loaves before. I don't know. I think it's part of it is kind of a personal decision, but if you're looking for traditional French toast, something that everybody can recognize when they look at it, it's probably going to be a thick cut Texas toast, like thickness, brioche loaf.
Hashtag Munchies. What is the best way to eat eggs, or your preferred way to eat eggs? Over easy, scrambled, poached, where you at?
God, I mean, there's a million ways to eat eggs. If you ask me, like one of my favorite egg things that's edible is hollandaise sauce, and it's so unhealthy for you.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm pretty open at like hard-boiled eggs. At some point in my life, I went Cool Hand Luke on Easter and ate like 25 hard-boiled eggs and gave myself a real stomach ache doing it. I don't suggest trying to go Cool Hand Luke on hard-boiled eggs.
Here's a good one for you. I don't know if you've ever been asked this one before. Hashtag Munchies. Most famous person you have ever cooked for, and what did you cook for them?
Quite a few, man. Like I cooked for Paul Allen. I've cooked for the Bushes. Both presidents. I cooked for like a prince of Saudi Arabia during the Olympics. I think at the Olympics was, like we had dignitaries from all over the world there. We had a suite at that building that we were cooking in, BC Place, and like 4,000 dignitaries from all over the world. And we did like pickled pork belly and compressed melon. So you take watermelon and we put mirin in the bag and then vacuum sealed it, and it compressed the mirin into the watermelon, and it turned kind of translucent, and it was just beautiful. And the pickled pork belly was incredible. We did. I remember during opening ceremonies, we had an athlete's family came in late, and they a couple of young kids with him, and I did this braised pork dish with greens, and we were in Vancouver, right? And this is in 2010, and the father, like we had actually closed the kitchen, and they were telling him, no, the food's done, because, we were feeding thousands and thousands of people, and they were asking for special circumstances, and they came back, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And so I made him braised pork with greens, and the father came back and said, I don't know what you just cooked for my kids, but they ate every last drop of it, and my kids are the pickiest eaters everywhere. And so it was at a very important deal, but it was for some children that, they weren't the most important in the world, but they were the most important people in my world in that moment. And the father took it upon himself to come back and say thank you. And I think those were some of the most important meals. It's not who puts on the pants, but it's the fact that they put pants on the same way, and everybody deserves the same opportunity to eat food. And so I don't know.
Chef, this one here is from me because we're having our first crawfish boil of the year. My family is on Saturday, and everybody drops all their own unique things in a boil. Like my brother-in-law does whole dill pickles. My wife's side of the family drops hot dogs in there. Like for you, what are your favorites to drop in the boil, but also like maybe the craziest thing you've seen dropped in a crawfish boil?
Yeah, I've seen just about everything. It's from any kind of vegetables and some fruit too. Like I've put blood oranges in, I've put satsumas in, I've put pineapple in, here's where some people get lost is mushrooms. And my buddy Parker and I, he's the guy that has the place up in Manny. He and I, when we boil crawfish together, we take it's what's called John, and it's spelled DJON hyphen DJON, and it's a black mushroom base that we like to put that mushroom base into the boil, and it turns it like mud water. But that mushroom base adds a kind of an umami, savory flavor to the boil that is just incredible, man. And it's not going to be for everybody. Some people are already thumbing their nose to it and thinking that's awful. But for me, I love mushrooms, and it has a very deep kind of earthy flavor that I think that goes well with crawfish. And when we boil crawfish, the whole family comes down. They flock down there because they know that it's going to be done right. So,
Chef, do you participate in Lent? If you do, is there anything specific you gave up this year?
I do not, but I do. And what I mean is that I have 508 athletes that many of them do participate in Lent. And so we practice Lent here by, accommodating menus and such. And so I'm a man of God for sure, but I don't practice Lent. And that doesn't mean that we don't have, 100 people around us and more that do. So we definitely accommodate for Lent for sure.
Chef, somebody asked in the chat, have you ever had a recipe stolen from you? I don't know if you have, but my question would be, like, for you, most unique thing that, like, you've created, like something that was kind of out of the box you wanted to try that turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind is the coffee rub that I used to make. Me and the same guy, Parker, we worked together in a baseball stadium, a minor league baseball stadium in Kansas City. And we were trying to come up with something that really grabbed attention, and we ended up doing this coffee rub ribeye sandwich. That it was a coffee rub. We drizzled honey on the ribeye and seared that so the honey caramelized, and then put the rub on it so that it stuck really well, and then grilled it. And the coffee rub just took off. By the way, we also put it on swirled Jewish and pumpernickel rye with some fried sweet potato fries on it. So the sandwich was just sick, and it sold like gangbusters. And so we've taken that to a couple of different places that we worked. And yes, I have had people steal my recipes. And here's the thing is that I'll share the recipe if you ask.
Right.
But if you take it without asking, you're not going to get the right recipe, because Parker and I purposely have adjusted things in the recipe that are wrong, that we know are wrong, so that if you take the recipe and steal it, it's not going to taste right. So, if you ask me about it, I'll give you the right recipe. But if you're going to take without asking, you're going to get a foul taste.
Well, and the good thing is, Chef, like the fact that it's going to be a foul taste, they're only going to try it once, so you really only have to worry about it one time.
Yep.
One more for you before I let you go. It's baseball season. Everyone's fired up about the Tigers.
Love it.
Everyone's going to be out there at the box. What is your go-to, like, must-have ballpark food? Because everybody's got something a little different.
I absolutely am an idiot for Chicago dogs, man.
All right.
I love it. It's like a salad on a hot dog, man. And I don't know if it's there, I'll walk around the ballpark until I find it, man. I love a Chicago dog, but I've worked in baseball for so long that we've had so many other types of food, garlic fries and other stuff. Like I'm a fan of baseball food, just to be honest with you. I love the experience at the park, and I love the ballparks that take it beyond the hot dog too, that have really high class food. I love going to the parks that have that kind of stuff. But if it's what you're asking me, like my favorite thing to go to is definitely a Chicago dog.
Chef, how do you think the Tigers are going to do this year?
I think they're going to do great, man. I love Jay. I love his team. I love the guys. I've got to hang out with a couple of guys, and he just, man, he's got it. The energy's there. He's, Jay, it's the culture of LSU, right? Like they're just bought into the program, and he's 1,000% invested in what he's trying to accomplish, teaching those guys. Josh Jordan is another great guy. I love the whole baseball team, man, and I love watching them play, and they enjoy the game, and it is a game for them, and we're rooting for them the season through for sure.
All right, Chef Michael Johnson joins us every Thursday, 4-hour Munchies segment. Chef, thanks for the time this morning.
Take care, guys.
That was LSU Executive Chef Michael Johnson. One thing I learned from that interview, Chef Johnson will eat just about anything. I mean, when I asked what's the most exotic thing he's ever eaten, like for me, I have an answer right across the bat. That was the toughest question Chef was asked. He had to think about it. He's like, I've eaten so many things. I've eaten more exotic things than not. That was wild. That was an incredible answer. Like, of course, Chef Johnson had some elaborate answer on one of the most exotic things he ever ate was. All right, just 2 more segments to go here on a Thursday edition of OTB. We'll step away. We got more coming up next. You're on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. When you go to the website, they're going to have the schedule. So if you are typically a Thursday pickup, obviously with it being a holiday, you're going to get picked up on Friday. If you're a Friday pickup, that moves to Saturday. The cool part is they're not just going to skip over you this week and you have all that trash pile up. They just move it back a day. Yes, they work on Saturdays over at Trash Rangers when it is a holiday schedule. So go to the website today, sign up for residential commercial service, roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from. Go to trashrangers.com.
All right, Trash Rangers, the most reliable trash removal service in all of Louisiana. But let me tell you about their Trash Rangers sanitation department. We're talking about portable toilets. I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that. We're talking about portable toilets. So if you got like a festival, if you got a construction site, whatever it is, make sure you give them a call for that portable toilet. They are number 1 at picking up number 2, trashrangers.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. Now the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no 2 cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana propane dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, go to gcopnet.com. That is the website for Gulf Coast Office Products. And look, we tell you all the time, it is one of those situations where if you need a document, you can't really wait. It's not like, oh, we'll get somebody in here to fix it. No, you got to have it done right then and there. And so that's what GCOP does for you every single time, because they have the fastest service response times in the region, top of the line, Canon copiers and printers, and a local team that actually picks up the phone when you call them. From small businesses to major enterprises, GCOP builds custom solutions that save you time, money, and headaches. So stop fighting with your office equipment and let the pros handle it. And that is always going to be Gulf Coast Office Products. That's why LSU, the Saints, the Pelicans, the Raging Cajuns all trust GCOP. They are truly the best in the business. Find all that information on their website at gcopnet.com.
Welcome back in. Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp with you, Alondra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali along for you as well. About 20 minutes to go here on this Thursday morning. Guys, this will be in honor of Matt Flynn. Got a little Olympic update for you. We hadn't done it all week. We'll do a quick little segment because I found out where the biathlon came from. No, it wasn't some hunter that just was good at skiing and shooting. How about this? It was a military training exercise for European countries. Norwegian, Swedish military, Russian military. It combined skiing and shooting for border defense. And then there was a whole 1912 manual for the Russian military explaining how it worked. That was a foundational document for putting this sport in the Olympics. Apparently, Russia, Germany, Norway, all these countries were big into putting it into the Olympics. And speaking of the Olympics and Norway, guys, they're dominating this thing. Norway has 16 gold medals. 8 silver, 10 bronze. They have 34 total. Now, the U.S. is sitting right there at 24, just 7 total as far as gold go. There's this one guy for Norway. Let's try not to butcher this guy's name. Johannes Hoslov Klebos. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. He now has 5 gold medals in this Olympics, 10 gold medals total, and it made me realize one thing. Michael Phelps is incredible. This guy has 10 gold medals, and it's second all-time to Michael Phelps' 23. That's insane. Like, when you look at some of the greatest athletes of all time across all sports, like Tom Brady for football, like everybody says, oh, they're my GOAT of whatever. Like, there's the debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron James for basketball. You could, a number of players in baseball, right? Like, baseball is kind of the most wide open one. Tennis, you got Federer, you got Nadal, you got Djokovic. Is there a more dominant athlete in American history than Michael Phelps? I mean, look at what this guy, 23 Olympic gold medals. This Norwegian cross-country skier just got second with 10. That's incredible. I mean, like, there's not an equal to Michael Phelps anywhere. His first Olympics, he went 8 for 8. Eight events, 8 gold medals. Like, that's why I'm not as locked into the Winter Olympics as I was the summer. Michael Phelps made the Summer Olympics watchable. Like, if you were to make a Mount Rushmore of all athletes ever in the U.S., like, for me, the easiest one would be Michael Phelps. He goes up there number 1. Like, Phelps is up there. Tom Brady's up there. The next 2 are up for debate. Like, a lot of people will say Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player that ever lived. You'll have a lot of people from our generation say it's LeBron James. The generation after me will probably have a different name. I don't think there's any debate with Tom Brady, but there's some people that say, oh, well, you know, if you give Patrick Mahomes enough time, he'll pass Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes is not passing Tom Brady, but that's beside the point. No one's passing Michael Phelps ever in anything. Like, to me, like, yes, he's the most decorated Olympian in history. No question. 28 total medals, 23 gold. You see the picture right there on the back screen. Like, how much weight is that? Look at all those medals. Like, that's incredible. Like, that is, in my opinion, the most dominant athlete maybe ever. Like, I was looking at these Olympics, and they were comparing. They were like, oh, yeah, for the Winter Olympics, they're like, this guy's second all time behind only Michael Phelps. I'm like, Michael Phelps has 13 more than this guy who's second all time in gold medals. Like, a lot of people talk about Mark Spitz. He won 9 Olympic gold medals. Sure, but he won 7 and 1 back in 1972, and then he won 2 gold medals in the next Olympics. Phelps did it across 3, and he was incredible. I mean, he did it 2004 to 2016, and, like, we're never going to see that. Like, I remember I was a sophomore in college. I guess 2016 would have been his last Olympics, and, like, it was appointment viewing. Like, I don't get locked into the Olympics, and I was like, I got to make sure whatever night of the week, it's there. It's the 200-meter, whatever, Phelps is in it. I got to go watch it because you just knew history was going to be made. Like, we need an athlete like that in the Olympics. You haven't seen one since then. Like, Usain Bolt was kind of that guy, but, I mean, it's not the same as a Michael Phelps. Look, as far as the Olympics go, this Olympics, like I mentioned, U.S. in third right now, 24 total medals. Norway in first, 34, and Italy 26. The home country always has an advantage. It seems like they don't have to travel or anything. U.S. men's hockey team, they won yesterday against Sweden in the quarterfinal rounds, 2-1 in overtime. That's a really good team. I am ready for the Four Nations face-off. Last year was the first time I had watched it. I was, like, locked into the TV, and I'm not even a big hockey guy, but wanted to give you a little bit of an Olympic update there. I know, look, there's so much going on in the world of sports. LSU baseball underway. I was like, look, let's give the Olympics a little bit of love here. A lot going on there. So, you know, we'll keep you updated on that. We'll see how the U.S. men's hockey team does as well. All right, we're going to wrap it up when we come back next. I just wanted to get a little short segment there out of the way, but get your questions in the chat. Me, Alondra, Cassie, we're closing it out like we do every day with some Ask the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, banking should feel personal because, well, it is. At First American Bank and Trust, you're not just an account number. You are a neighbor with locations across Louisiana. They deliver personal service backed by the strength and technology you expect from a modern bank. So whether you're opening a checking account, growing your business, financing a home, or planning for the future, their team takes the time to understand your goals and build a plan that works for you. It's local decision-making, trusted relationships, real service. That is the difference. You can visit them online at fabt.com today to learn more. First American Bank and Trust, banking built around you.
That's right. For more than 100 years, they've helped Louisiana families purchase their first home, build businesses, grow their businesses, plan for the future, and it's all done with local bankers who live and work right here in our community. So know your banker, get straight answers, work with people that actually care about your success. And when you call, no phone trees, no out-of-state decisions being made on a loan, just honest banking that's built on trust. First American Bank and Trust, fabt.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google. Based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call. 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
At Parrish, we take pride in building roofs that last. Because in Louisiana, toughness isn't just on the court, it's in your home too.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish contractors, let's get building.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
A tornado flew around my room.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy, they pour when I'm thinking about you.
Welcome back in. Final segment here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp sitting in for Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn. Landra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali hanging out with you as well. We got to Ask the Bench right now. I got the first one. This is for Cassie and Alondra. Ask the Bench, would you rather eat iguana pizza or iguana tacos?
Neither.
I wouldn't eat iguana, period.
Guys, neither are good options.
I can't pick one because I wouldn't eat it.
No.
I'd say pizza. The melted cheese on pizza hides a lot of things. You gotta drench that thing in red sauce, coat it with some melted cheese. I think you'd be fine. Like tacos, the meat, I feel like the meat is a lot more prevalent in tacos than it is on a pizza. I feel like you could hide it better with the pizza, and then you don't know what you're eating half the time. Just cover it with the cheese on top. I think we'll be fine. All right, Ask the Bench. Laundry, you can lead this one. Favorite San Antonio Spur of all time?
Manu Ginobili.
Okay.
That was fast.
Yeah. I didn't know where you were going to go with that.
Duncan.
I would have said Duncan, yeah.
But yeah, Manu Ginobili's my fave.
Okay.
Underappreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Because everybody kind of viewed him as the three on that team behind Duncan and Tony Parker. But yeah, Ginobili, super consistent for such a long time. I saw something the other day. It was like athletes you forgot played for a certain team. I completely forgot that Tony Parker ended his career with the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Like they show like an athlete. It's like, do you remember this? I'm like, completely forgot.
Yeah.
Completely forgot that Tony Parker played there. Ask the Bench, if you could party with one current or former Olympian, who would it be? Shaun White, probably.
That'd be a good one.
We were talking about him the other day.
Short King.
Yeah, Short King. Shaun White. I don't know how much Phelps partied. He kind of seemed like he was serious all the time. Ryan Lochte, y'all were talking about him in the break. Oh, didn't Ryan Lochte, did he get in trouble for like trashing a gas station bathroom
Yeah, and
or
he
something?
was like trying to say that it was in Brazil, the Rio de
Right.
Janeiro Olympics, and I think they were like trashing. Like first reports came out that him and someone else, they were robbed at gunpoint by
Okay.
people that were dressed as police, but they were actual police that were
Right.
like, "Hey, stop peeing all over the side of the bathroom,"
Right.
and like vandalizing this place. And then I guess they bribed them to like get out of it. And yeah, that's what happened. So he had like a whole scandal.
Okay, that's what happened. Yeah, that was his last Olympics. I think it was 2016.
Yes, 2016. I vaguely remember him having like a reality show or being on one.
He was.
Okay.
He was. I don't know
thought
what
so.
it was, but I remember that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, he definitely had one. I remember the ladies loved them some Ryan Lochte.
Oh, I loved Ryan Lochte.
Well, then remember once his last Olympics, he went like bleach blonde,
Yeah.
which I mean wasn't a great look. I remember a lot of people were really mad about that. Yeah, he went bleach blonde.
He must have been crashing out over something.
He must. I mean, that was the same Olympics with the gas station bathroom incident. So went off the deep end there a little bit. Asked the bench.
He doesn't look good right now.
I
looked him up and I was like, ooh.
I mean, is he just retired now? Like, what does he do?
I don't know what he does.
Ask the bench. Go to Taco Bell order. This is easy for me.
A crunch wrap.
I know you're
No
crunch
sour
wrap, but also
cream.
the friggin' guys. I don't know.
They don't have them anymore. They're already gone.
They're already gone.
He looks terrible. Sorry, he looks bad. I think Cassie's about to pull it up.
How are
Ryan
they
Lochte
already
looks
gone?
Yeah, I tried to order one the other day and I didn't see it on the menu.
That's Ryan
That's
Lochte.
Ryan Lochte. Yeah,
that
he
looks like
looks bad.
Jason Segel.
It does.
Like, why? That's not Ryan Lochte.
He looks terrible.
That looks like Jason Segel in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I'm changing
That's
my
Jason
answer.
Segel.
I want to party with Ryan Lochte. Obviously, he partied really hard.
He did. He aged 50 years, and since we've seen him 8 years ago or whatever it was,
That is
or
the
10 years
platinum.
ago.
But look what he used to look like. Even with platinum blonde hair,
Yeah, that's
he was a
that's-
handsome man.
That's not Ryan Lochte.
Look at the hair.
But that's
you
a
can't
handsome
tell-
man.
No,
you
yeah,
can't
for
tell
sure.
me
Like, the
that's
hair is
same
terrible,
person.
but yes,
Going
like-
back to the other one, that is not the same person.
The eyes don't even look the same.
Don't do drugs, kids.
We need a wellness check on Ryan Lochte. That's not him. That's somebody pretending to be Ryan Lochte. I texted Alondra a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, I don't know if I should be mad at you or thank you, because she told me that the quesarito was back at Taco Bell. I went and got 4 within like a 2.5 week period because they're incredible, and apparently they're already gone. I hate the limited items. Like every year they're like, oh, we're gonna bring this back, but we're only gonna have it for like 3 weeks. Just keep it on the damn menu.
Well, the quesarito is so good. Why is it not? It used to be a permanent.
And it's stuff you already have on the menu. You already have rice. You already have the chicken and the beef. You already have the hot sauce and the cheese. Like, why not just keep it? It's not like you have to keep stuff stocked that you don't already have.
So Ryan Lochte's kind of a mess. I just looked him up 4 hours ago. Ryan Lochte's ex slams Olympic swimmer, says she hopes he, quote, becomes the father our kids deserve, unquote. Okay, this dude was going through something. He's a mess.
But I got to tell you, maybe the answer of partying it
But
is
he
Ryan
looks
Lochte.
really good. Or looked.
In the
Look,
past.
yeah. Now he just looks like a middle-aged actor.
Wow.
That's insane. I'm pretty sure that's not Ryan Lochte. Easy in the chat said nobody wants to party with Tanya Harding. I don't know a ton about Tanya. I mean, I know the whole scandal of the, being involved in the breaking of the other figure skater's ankle and all that. I know that scandal. But does she party hard? Like, obviously, it's a controversial figure, right? Like, that's an awful thing to do. But it's Tanya Harding party hard. I don't know. I know
think
Ryan
she
Lochte does.
I watched the
She feels
biopic
like-
on her.
yeah.
That's like I, Tanya or something.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
think
With Margot Robbie?
does. Yeah.
What was the skater that she?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Yes.
Nancy Kerrigan. That's the one.
So wait, real quick. This is just really funny to me. I mean, it's not funny, but okay, he's a mess. Ryan's response to his ex-wife. He told the Daily Mail, quote, she's the one that wanted this divorce in the first place, and now she's playing this pity part, unquote.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Guys, I'm watching Love is Blind right now. That's straight out of a Love is Blind episode. We'll have an update on that tomorrow. It's incredible. It is getting back to where it was a few years ago when I fell in love with Love is Blind. It's like all the women on there are just unstable. All the guys on there are just full of themselves and they're idiots. So, like, shocker, none of them work out, but just an incredible show. You want to feel better about yourself? Go watch Love is Blind for about a half hour. You'll be like, things aren't so bad. My decision-making is not quite as poor as I thought it was. All right, that's going to do it for a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Tomorrow, we're talking a lot of LSU baseball. They got a series coming up over the weekend, playing a number of other big-time LSU college baseball programs. We'll talk that. We'll continue to talk LSU. We'll talk some New Orleans Saints. LSU gymnastics coach Jay Clark, joining us tomorrow as well. So stay tuned. Friday edition of Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith.